Hello, welcome to Team Fortress TV. We've got the first show match. It's the very beginnings of I55 almost coming towards you tonight. I'm Sideshow. With me is Admirable. We've got DavidTheWin on camera, and the two teams facing off for your viewing pleasure tonight. There's nothing on the line here other than their pride. And the ability to entertain you folks watching. So it's Ascent, the number 2 team at the moment from America, but they'll be hoping to take that number 1 spot in ESEA and I55. And we'll be running through their roster a little bit later, but the team that's facing them from EU is, well, they've actually just had a bit of a name change, Admirable, haven't they? They've gone over to a fairly new org, actually, called nerdRage, but previously tonythetiger, ZZ, etc. I am hyped, Admirable.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Spotted that this morning or this afternoon. I was looking at doing some scheduling for the ETFL cast, and I was like, who the fuck are nerdRage.tf2? Turns out Tony's Tigers have joined up with some unknown org to me, at least, but that does mean we could potentially have a uniform for them that isn't going to get sued by Kellogg's. Shout out to Dashner, who's been doing a lot of organisational work. There's so many people pulling strings behind the scenes, but I think Dashner has stepped up to be like I55's bite. Sideshow.
Absolutely, the guy's doing a ton of work coordinating everything and running through the uniforms. Uberchain as well, I think, is putting in the actual the man hours there, running through the uniforms and things. So
that's interesting you say Uberchain there, because I believe she has just released the posters, which are one of the perks for these two fundraisers, the tandem fundraisers for Ascent and Frogotech. Boo, Frogotech! They're not here tonight. We don't want to raise any money for them. They've got loads of money anyway, but I think it's the $50 perk. The posters are absolutely sick. I'm sure someone will spam the link in chat. I think David's even going to show up on the stream for us. But the artwork is absolutely immaculate. I'm getting weak at the knees here, Sideshow.
It's phenomenal. They look so cool, and just having them like massive resolution full-size posters would just be incredibly sick. So as always, these show matches that we run before the I-Series events, they're to raise money for these American teams coming over, and seeing as it's a Ascent show match tonight and they are wanted to raise these funds to come over to England, I was over to I55, the Intercontinental, essentially the TF2 World Championships that are going to be happening here in August. They need, how much is it? They need a fair amount of money anyway to get themselves over here. They're going to be adding that over to whatever ESEA money they get, and they're going to be paying quite a bit out of pocket as well. And they're going to be trying to come over here and take the World Championships over in Coventry, England.
Sideshow, have you executed the config for these kids? Zebbosai he's crying out for some Euro rules, some Euro justice on that North American server.
Okay, I'll get over to that then if you take us through the fundraisers and how people can donate and things.
Yeah, well, the easiest way to get involved is just to head over to i55.tf. I think Gentleman John put that one together, same as last year, but just a hub for our whole host of campaigns, and the information as the tournament draws near. But there'll be 2 links there to the Indiegogo campaigns. The Ascent one, I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to hit refresh. It is currently at $2,710 US. We're looking for 6,000 total. So they are just under 50% of the way there. Whereas Frogotech, the darlings of North American TF2, they already have 4,954. Even got stream graphics to tell you this, but I've got such a potato connection I couldn't have the stream open at the same time. But obviously Ascent as the underdogs, they need a little bit more love. We're here to promote them. I'm not even going to mention Frogotech for the rest of the night. In fact, fuck those guys. Just go to the Ascent Indiegogo page. They don't even have Alpha on their team anymore, so that's another great reason to donate. Just send your money there. None of it will go to Transylvania. And let me run you through the perks right here. Well, I'm going to start in reverse order because there are some pretty incredible perks. You get the signed team jersey. These are actual physical jerseys. And there were some pictures going around of those as well. They're the sort of nylon style, your proper sports top. They look pretty incredible, especially the Ascent ones for my money anyway. And there's going to be lots of memorabilia, including that poster we talked about, which is looking absolutely beautiful. and working your way down. I can't believe this is only in the middle of the perks, but you can get the players to cast your games. So the Fragile is willing to step up and cast. He is an excellent caster, very experienced, a really ancient North American Team Fortress 2 player as well. Like, he's probably been playing the game longer than me, Sideshow. Maybe even longer than Byte. Is that possible?
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's ever happened before. Byte's Steam ID is like 2 or something, isn't it?
It's Gabe N and then him. I'm pretty sure you're right. There's all sorts of other little perks in there too. Demo reviews with the team, and for your basic perk there, the $7 outro credits. That means your name will go down in infamy that you were part of it. But whatever amount you donate, anything you can give, or if you're like me and you're like absolutely broke at the minute, you can give your time. Although you do have to win several Caster of the Season awards to be in a position like this. Is that right, Sideshow?
Absolutely. You need at least 7 or whatever the number is, right? Every time, Admirable, every time. So, yeah, any money that you can send these guys' ways is absolutely appreciated by the American teams. And one of them's got the tag as Accent as well. I just realised that. I hope that's not a typo. No, that's an in-joke that I've missed. Anyway, these teams are about to get readied up. It's EUVNA, and the biggest reason, Admirable, that I can see for donating to these teams is not the perks. It's for the phenomenal action that we'll see at i55. It's just going to be ridiculously competitive. It's going to be the best i-series so far. And the rest of them have just all been fantastic. But to have 2 NA teams there, Ascent, who none of these players have they? Oh no, Shrugger's been before, but the rest all new to like an i-series competition, and they've gone live with the first map, Admirable. Oh, I should have mentioned as well, it's Viaduct. This is NY server, New York server, and it's the Europeans pick. The next map is going to be Granary Pro and then Process. Oh, Mail is in behind for the big bomb onto Flippy. They're trying to pressure him down straight away, and they have. Flippy not able to hit anything here. And only 3 players left alive for nerdRage. Bull trying to run out. He's going to get chased by Shrugger all the way back to spawn. Shrugger's not going to be able to pick up that frag. But there's the dominance being set out right away from Team Ascent.
Yeah, I was mistakenly in the Flippy perspective there for the beginning of that. I was looking at him charging up a big body shot there. He had the demo man in his sights, but he seemed to be moving the mouse with his face. Like he was going way too far left, then right. But before I knew it, he'd been pressured hard and he was down. And we see Tech and Tony trying to take a peek here. They've opened it up for Rib. Rib's trying to get in onto the fragile, but hasn't actually done any damage to the medic. But he was raining down projectiles there. But their suicide wave has yielded 0 pops, 0 frags. So it's going to be 6-on-6 Uber versus Uber here, as our European hopefuls get back on the field, and they're going to stay with Flippy sniping. And you were saying off air to me, Sideshow, that this is their game plan. They're just going to run Flippy full time and 2 scouts. Oh, look at this! Bull gets forced! Bull comes in through main there, manages to get the force off. Meanwhile, Fragile is all the way back in middle. He's even moving towards his own side. Now he's thinking of going forward with Decimate and Rando. They're hungry for frags, so they're just taking a peek to see if anything is available, but the Fragile is looking very secure here, Sideshow.
Rib in with a big bomb, trying to get stickies on, but there's no sync here. Star comes in to get a nice 2-shot onto Shrugger, but really, it's just, they're sending in 1 player at a time here, nerdRage. They're really not sending everybody in to force the Fragile at once. They're not taking a team fight. They're just kind of bleeding players one at a time. Tech bombs in, trying to get onto Fragile again. Oh, actually picks him up there. Was that a drop from the Fragile, or did he not have his Uber charge ready? I'm not sure quite what happened there, but only 3 players left alive here for Ascent, and they're going to be trying to get on to Bull. Bull hanging around with Stark and Rib. Mailer hovering, ready to flank them from behind here, coming into house, creeping up behind, hops over the top of Japan, and there we go. Bull down. He's trying to get onto Flippy as well, but Flippy finishes off the frag with the SMG. They've managed to shave 2 minutes off the time here, Ascent, and they're looking fairly good, but there's a headshot from Flippy to rip the face off of the Fragile, and suddenly it looks better for nerdRage.
That's the frag they were looking for, but still, that cap point is it's in nerdRage's power, so they're not getting those fast spawns now. As it changes hands, they will be getting back on the field, but they're at a man disadvantage. They have to wait They're probably going to go for the dry push here, try and create some space for Flippy. Although Flippy seems to be going right and the rest of his team are going left, so potentially exposed, but we see 5 players here for nerdRage working their way forward from that left-hand side. They're just getting their buffs, they're taking a peek, they're trying to edge their way in. They know they can't overextend. If one player goes too far forward, they're going to be focused down instantly, but it's very passive here from Ascent. They know they don't have those spawn times in their favour. And there's Flippy going to get first blood onto Decimate. Now the bomb comes in. Rando jumps cross point there. Mail is going to follow up on him, and Rib gets hung out to dry there. His teammates backed off, but maybe wisely so. They now have a 2, 3, 4 man advantage. But Decimate's just back on the field. They're trying to cap the point at the same time, but in taking this very slowly, they've left it just... Oh, it's coming right down to the wire, man. There's only 12 seconds left on that red clock as they cap the point.
Yeah, absolutely. They've given themselves so much of a time disadvantage here, trying to play around Flippy, letting him open up the place for them to push forward. But he did hit a few good shots, but that's the problem with running Sniper, is you're forced into a much slower game pace than if you're running those double soldiers and double scouts. So he's not going to be run a counter sniper from Ascent. They're just going to choose to bomb in. Here comes Badonsky and Rando trying to get onto Bull. Bull hovering around on 100. He's actually going to drop down to 5 HP. Eventually pops it out. And that's a successful suicide wave there from Ascent. They're just going to have the Fragile build with Sugar in spawn, and they're going to have an uber advantage to push this. Essentially, nerdRage here cannot lose this.
They have to go forward, man. They have to move forward. They can't sit back and let them get onto the point with their uber unless they're just going to put all their eggs in Flippy's basket. Like, are they expecting him to get the force or the drop here? I mean, they're giving them free admission. You're making it really easy. They're going to cap the point most likely. Uber will still be on as the timer hits 0. Here comes the charge
to pop it out. They're forced to pop it off really early here, and this is not working into their favor. Everybody's crumbled. This is a fantastic defense from nerdRage, but really it was because the Fragile had to pop his Ubercharge so early there because he was worried about dropping to Flippy. He really thought that it wasn't worth the gamble, but the push just didn't work out there at all.
It was idiotic, man. Like, you know they have a sniper, you know they're going to be most likely playing from the cliffside, so you just roll out from your own cliff, you go top, you drop down, you're pretty much totally clear all the way to the point. You don't have to use your Uber and try and go straight across the point. That was insane, but Rib crushed them with the traps, and now Ascent are just descending into madness. They're trying to scramble to make something happen. And Tex just sitting back, soaking up the pressure. He drops low though, and Bull's going to pop off the charge, but they've already gotten 4 frags. Fragile looks like he's going to escape. Rib's trying to chase him. He kills off the scout. Fragile on 14 will escape. He's got 50% charge here. He's going to be able to get up in time, but look at that clock ticking down, Sideshow. 30 seconds left.
They really need to get in before this Uber charges up, though, and that gives nerdRage here an opportunity just to collapse on them. They know that they have to play the point. There's a frag onto Mailer as well. This strat with Flippy and the double scouts is working perfectly here for nerdRage, and the Fragile's down to 30 health. Tech coming in to finish him off. There's the frag onto the Fragile. Sugar and Rando take him down, but now it's a 5v4 situation. Ascent trying to crumble. Rando's getting on the point. They've got tons of overtime though, and the spawns are going to come in. They do possibly have enough time for one last push. The Fragile and Decimate spawn, but Donsky gets it now. It's going to be quite a while until this cap point decays, but they're not going to be pushing in a 6v6, and Bull's going to have his overcharge up in 5 seconds. There goes another headshot onto the Decimate. Oh my goodness, Fragile down in the first round to Europe.
That was an incredible round. I really feel that Ascent dropped the ball there with that big Uber push they had. But, hey, Europe are winning, man. I can't complain, Sideshow. This cast is 100% biased. Deal with it, North Americans. Put your money into that fundraiser if you want to see some unbiased casting when we get Gex over to Europe. But right now, onto this second mid-fight. It is nerdRage turning around to try and clean up that threat behind. They do eventually get Melee, but meanwhile Rib's gone down. He was trying to hold back the tide of red players that were looking to come across that point. nerdRage -3 right now. Bull knows the writing is on the wall. He's long gone, man. He's back in spawn there. He's safe. He's going to be able to get his charge up. And
Stark's out the Stark. Oh, Tony, the tiger,
that's huge. That is huge.
Badonsky. Badonsky's got his sticky trap up there, but he just heard him laying it, and he knew that he wouldn't have enough stickies there. So there goes the demo man. That's the biggest damage dealer. Badonsky as well. To be fair to him, playing on incredibly high ping as he is a West Coast player there, 100 ping for him. So that is not nice to play with. But even so, the team 6v6 here. The sniper still on the field in favor of nerdRage, and Mailer's coming in for a big flank, but the Ubers have been traded on the point. It's a bit of flashing here for nerdRage, so a slightly better Uber for Rando. Let's see what Rando can do with it. He's an excellent pocket soldier, and he can make use of these better Ubers. He's doing so much damage in that Uber charge, but in the meantime, they've lost Decimate and Mailer. This might work out better here for nerdRage as Flippy snipes another head, and they're just not dealing with Flippy effectively. I feel like Ascent really need to play kind of a lot more aggressively. They're winning all of these mid fights where they just go balls out aggressive, but in the interim periods, they're just not they're not getting onto him quick enough.
I'm not sure if taking the cap was the best option there for nerdRage. Like, tonythetiger went in deep because he knew they had man advantage. They could have tried to pick off the fragile, but they've allowed him to survive for now. Currently he doesn't have a heal target as everybody's getting absolutely obliterated on the point. Meanwhile, Shrugger goes forward. He's killed off Tech. Bull is just retreated to meet up with his scouts here on the cliffside, and the point has changed hands again. There's like 30 seconds just over that in it, but it's going to be a big dry push, or maybe an attempt at force coming out here from nerdRage. They have to go, but they have to be aware that Fragile has it soon. How far is Bull going to go forward? He only has 60% charge himself. Fragile has that Uber charge ready to pop, and Rando's weak already. They might just pop and go here. Rib is very far forward. He's going to get focused down, catches that rocket from Rando, and still the Fragile is just going to sit here and hold on to that charge. He's not getting baited out into the sightline of Flippy, although he's currently sniping from cliff to the left here. But nerdRage they're just trying to bait the Americans out of position here. They're trying to get Ascent to step into that sightline or just come forward so they can focus them down, but it hasn't happened. And this sort of attempt at suicide wave or push has just petered out here. Now it's Uber versus Uber. We're going to see Tech go in for the fourth there. Bull drops! What?
Oh, that's so unfortunate there. Bull dropping his Uber charge, and they're going to try and make this happen anyway. They've got the better spawns, but they're just trying to make the DM pay here, nerdRage. They have got a few frags. Only 3 players left alive. That was nice. Oh, and a headshot onto the fragile. They haven't quite made this work, but with the superior spawns here, they're gonna... Oh, sorry. Inferior spawns. They actually capped the point during that. My bad. I thought that Ascent had kept control of the point there, but Ascent are going to be able to get much quicker spawns because they didn't have the point. Cap it off, and they are going to be in a decent position to defend. Shall we have a listen to the NA comms?
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Everyone's right.
Scout's low.
I'm jumping right.
I'm sniped. They're sniper's right side with the combo.
Med's really hard on right.
Demo's right.
We're bleeding. Get our med out.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't happy about that. It seems like they're getting a little
Who
bit
died,
dejected.
man? It's a fucking wick.
Yeah, it was Sugar died, I think. Sugar got
Where's the
sniped right at the
passion?
beginning of
Maryland,
that.
coach these kids. They need some
Absolutely.
passion.
They do indeed. The loss of the first round there maybe just affecting them and their morale a little bit, but they are looking like they're taking control of this round fairly well. Only 23 seconds left on the point for them, and they look like they might be able to cap it off again. Oh, they're going in deep there, and Rib gets taken down. Rib has been going down in almost every push here, but then the scouts seem to find their frags all over the place. Zebbosai and Stark running wild here. Oh, Zebbosai and tonythetiger, sorry. Flippy... Oh, Zebbosai still trying to pressure people on that side, but he does get in a little too aggressive there, and Sugar easily takes him out with the help from Rando. So nerdRage again in a position where they need to push in. 10 seconds remaining on the point. They still need to carve a minute and 30 seconds off of this. Another headshot rings out onto Sugar, but Mailer's going to be tightening the noose onto them, and they need to be pushing here. They're playing far too passively, just waiting for this cap time to get to 0 before they actually play the point. And Ascent going to be able to pick up that round fairly easily.
Yeah, that was a solid response coming out from the North Americans here on the North American server. Oh my god. They finally got themselves into the game here. Sideshow, I'd like to play a game with you. Maybe every time you call Stark instead of tonythetiger, you should have to donate $10. How does that sound?
Fair enough then. And every time Bull drops, or every time Bull drops in an Admirable like fashion, you have to donate $10 as well. We'll have the stream chat count it up. But in the meantime, this middle has gone far more favorably for the Europeans than the previous two. They actually come out on top of it. The Fragile got himself out of there with Sugar just building that away. Bull actually died, so they have a significant uber disadvantage here, nerdRage. But they're just going to be sitting back in the classic position that they have been all the previous times. It worked out with them the first round, didn't the second. Ascent got back into it, and their DM shone through. But now they have to attack this well-entrenched position again from the Europeans. Mela, the first casualty there to Tony the Tiger. And Rando's going to bomb up and try and get some more pressure down. Rib playing so aggressively again. This time, though, not going to get picked and will force the Uber charge out. Does die to the Uber charge eventually, but this is going to give Bull enough time to get his up.
Oh, Tech somehow still alive there. The kit spawns as well. They're able to move forward now. And Ascent aren't really in their sort of ideal defensive position. They're just stuck there by the rock. Whoa, Soda gets launched skyward. And nerdRage decide to back off the back of that as Tech ends up cratering there. They're going to regroup. I think we should listen to their team comm, see what their plan is right here.
So right side.
Yeah, we gotta go back.
Oh, I got the meds back, I'm down.
Medic's left.
Soldier's weak, half HP.
Let's wait for Rip and then we go.
Okay, don't go, Tech.
Okay,
Take us in.
We have a demon scars right
Let's
side.
get back. Like, we're losing time, they're gonna get to her by now. It's so sad.
Spawned.
Let's
I'm
go.
going main.
I'm main.
I'm in.
Coming main now.
Time infinity.
I'm going left.
So you're on left.
Demon's on
Down.
right.
That was weak.
Medic 40.
I need 6.
Medic left side.
Scout top right.
Scout cliff, watch
I
out.
need
Fucked.
I've got
Medic
juggled
weak.
like
So now we
It's not good,
Stay,
not
stay,
good.
stay,
Back.
I'm getting out main. So they're chasing
I'm
main.
gonna die.
I'm main.
I'm dead pretty much.
Got a 80.
He's a 4 HP.
Okay,
we can
what's
go
going on,
longer.
main?
Whoa, that was disaster. I think we cursed in there, Sideshow.
The curse of the team comes to afflict nerdRage, but Decimate is getting into it now. Both of the scouts just seem to be playing incredibly well here. Sugar and Decimate really taking all of the advantages. Here's Flippy on Spy, actually. Is he trying to just check to see... No, I think they were just considering running him on Spy and then decided to switch him off for Sniper because it's been doing fairly well so far. Mailer, though, in onto, well, he was trying to get onto Bull but couldn't find him anywhere. Instead takes a frag onto Tech. The reply rings out of Flippy, but Shrugger's in so deep onto Flippy and Bull. There's nobody to defend them and he picks them both up. Big play from Shrugger.
Flippy currently with 200 ping, although it seems to be going up and down a little bit there. But we're going to see nerdRage take control of the point, and they have a slight man advantage here. There's 4 players coming forward from Ascent. They do have that Uber charge, of course, but this would be a great opportunity for nerdRage to go in and try and bully them into popping that charge, and even get the drop out of Fragile. Fragile's starting to move forward, though. He sees all these potential frags. He's encouraging his teammates. He's cracking that whip. Bull's gone down in the melee there, and it's just Tech and Zebbosai remaining. Tech has managed to get back out, but that was a grisly fate for the rest of his teammates there. Great call from the Fragile to go forward when he just saw all those frags were available. It was definitely worth popping off that charge. They killed off Bull, and Ascent looking in a very strong position here to take a second round, but Tony the Tiger just bursts out through main. Zebbosai's got to follow him as well, and the 2 soldiers of Ascent are just standing here sort of looking at empty doors. Meanwhile, the scout comes in from behind. Zebbosai kills off
Oh my god,
to
they're
go to the
going
medic.
wild. I think Zebbosai and Slight there just picked up 4 frags between them and just running loops around the Ascent team. But the problem is the Ascent team was so focused on keeping the rest of the nerdRage squad penned in. They managed to pick up all the frags on anybody else. They kind of ignored the scouts, which worked out perfectly for them. They managed to pick off everybody else. Eventually nerdRage come out on the basis of their better spawns, but the time on the point is undeniable here, and Ascent starting to feel a lot more confident here. The score 2-1, and let's listen to their comms as we go to the 4th mid.
Position.
Yeah, like I tried to fight him and I got
Watch
fucking
sniper here, guys.
He's China.
Can you guys push? One of them?
There's like 3 on China. Cyrus is doing good damage.
Sniper dead.
Med's dead.
Demo took
Just make sure
100.
Scout
Play back.
60 on their China.
They have no
It's
sniper.
3v4.
Med.
Back
You're
up,
fine,
back
you're
up,
fine.
back up.
I'm spawning now.
Both facing left.
I'm coming left.
Watch the aggression here.
We should fight this right now.
I'm
You're
walking
gonna
into it.
I'm jumping.
There's stickies on the crate.
Sail's flying right, Sail's flanking stairs.
On me?
Demo's.
I'm dead. God damn.
I'm getting on the med. Back left.
The med took 60, no pack.
Sniper's close.
Med took 50 from me.
Nice!
My down.
Fucking Lamelli.
What a play there. The Stark hidden behind, but Ascent dealing with the sniper so effectively on these middles. They just, they're accepting that one of them might die, but Mailer's coming in behind. He's getting that pick every single time onto Flippy. Not going to be denied by anybody. Really not closing down that flank very well and protecting their sniper, but in the end, nerdRage able to cap back at the point, and the time starts ticking down here. They're setting up on the cliff, waiting for the aggression out of Ascent. They're going to be pushing forwards. Tony the Tiger holding on the left-hand side. The first casualty, Shrugger, and Mailer's going to be jumping in, trying to bomb along with Rando, getting onto Rib. Rib down to 70 health, Flippy down to 4. They're taking so much damage here, the European team, and they've lost control of the point. There goes Boole as well, and there's just no denying these soldiers. The scouts not in the best positions to do it, but they come back in for the cleanup frags now. Decimate wins the 1v1 against Zebbosai there on the point. Only Flippy and Rib left alive, and the point going to go the way of Ascent. The time going to start ticking down, and nerdRage here need to get back into it. They need to start closing off these bombs from Mailer and Rando if they want to take this map.
Gonna need to see some more hero shots out of Flippy as well. It needs to start providing more value for his team. There we do see nerdRage taking control of the point again. So we're going to see them sit back and try and play to Flippy's strengths here. Rando looks to jump up onto the cliff, but just strafes away. But meanwhile, Flippy's going to dome Mail across map. And wow, the Fragile is under big pressure there from Tony the Tiger, but Zebbosai comes in too late to support him. And the Fragile will survive for now, but it is currently uber advantage for Bull here. He's got about 30% lead on the Fragile. But here we see Ascent trying to come in. They're looking for that force. They're edging the way forward, but they're still very aware of that sniper threat. Meal is working his way around the flank again. Who's paying attention for that? Who's looking for that? Two scouts here doing nothing for nerdRage. Flippy somehow survives. Then Tony the Tiger realizes that Meal is there. They do manage to kill off that roamer threat, but meanwhile the force comes in as well. So this is exactly where Ascent want to be. They've gotten the pop off. They've killed off the eliminated the sniper threat long enough to make that happen as well. Now here comes the re-push, but again, they seem like the Ascent want to push from the right hand side, which is like directly where Flippy's looking. They're going to rotate a little bit here. I think this is the right move. Now they're working their way forward. They don't want to pop that charge off too soon. They're getting as close as they can. Now they're popping. Rando's looking to get onto the cliff. And nerdRage all bounced up here. He can do huge damage. He needs some follow-up though. He needs some support. Rando is trying to wreck it here. Now we see Shrugger coming in on top. Badonsky as well, but so many frags there that didn't happen. That was a potential meat grinder. I think nerdRage got let off really lightly there, Sideshow.
Absolutely. They just needed one more player in there with Rando just to come in after the Uber charge even. They didn't even need a lick of it. You don't even need to flash your Uber around there. And Rando must have been crying out to his team just for some follow-up because he did tons of damage with that single Uber charge and all of the bunched up European players. Zebbosai's going to get absolutely ganked on the left-hand side. 4v1 at there. And Shrugger's coming behind for the frag onto Flippy along with Rando. Rando on 7 HP, but Flippy possibly going to go down. 1 HP, surfs away. They're not going to find the frag.
Bull! Decimate comes in and guns down Bull on the point, surrounded by his teammates. Shrugger's still alive here, trying to follow up, but that medic pick by Decimate, a tough act to follow. Shrugger goes down, but the work has been done already. With the Fragile spawning sooner, they're going to have a little Uber advantage. They have the heal advantage as well, which is key. They can just come in dry here. Rib's trying his best to put down that spam damage. Tony the Tiger dancing around to try and distract them, but Ascent have made it forward, and they are pretty much covered from that sniper sightline. Badonsky has control of the cliff here. They're just about to cap the point. They're still about 30 seconds, 40 seconds off the pace here, but no Uber up for either team yet, so we could see a big fight going down before the Fragile gets his charge. Ascent are 2 players down right now. Rando and Badonsky both down. And nerdRage they're realising it's their time. They can see that medi beam. They know if they commit here, they could get a big pick. But no, Shrugger's coming from behind, kills off Bull, turns his attention to Zebo, gets that frag as well. He's trying to pistol down Tony the Tiger, but Rib's going to land the pipe at close range. And Shrugger's terror comes to an end right there. But
What a ridiculous play
huge
from
play.
him, though. That was incredible, and they just couldn't hit him. His moves were just too strong, and they just there was no stopping Shrugger there. Absolutely ridiculous play there from the American scout, and they're gonna recap the point. This round actually, though, incredibly close. 40 seconds or thereabouts on the board for both teams right now. But Ascent are playing the point much better. Their kind of style where they're really aggressive and forcing nerdRage to play much more passively and wait off those sniper picks is giving them the cap time advantage, and it is the cap time that wins you the rounds. Admirable. They're gonna have to try and get back on it. Only 20 seconds remaining. They need to go in now. Rib trying to extend, getting some frags. Oh, getting some damage out, sorry, but Decimate is going to pressure him back. Decimate takes a big body shot down to 8 HP, but not going to finish off that frag. Rando's trying to go aggressive onto Flippy, but does get taken out, and there goes Bool. Oh, Mela doing so well to get onto Bool, and there's no defense here from his team. They're going to try and pressure forwards, though. Shrugger down to 10 HP, going to manage to pick him up. Can they get the... There's the pop out of the fragile. Badonsky going to take a solo, and I don't think he's going to get any frags out of that, or he shouldn't do. Tony the Tiger, no! Don't gift yourself as a frag there, and they're just going to be able to heal up here and hopefully take another team fight. Flippy does go down though, and Mailer's in onto Bull. He's doing so much damage onto them all. They're all so weak here, the nerdRage players, and there's the round, there's the map. 3-1 the scoreline in favor of Ascent.
Unless we're playing North American rules, then it would be up to 4, right? Wink. No, it doesn't look like that's going to happen though. It is a EU config. I guess that's what we're going to be playing at i55. The logs are out. Sideshow, DavidTheWin should have them up on stream. I'm going to take a look at them. Oh, Rando, the low ping king, top damage in there, 400 DPM, 21 frags, 10 assists, and 22 deaths, putting it to those filthy euros. But hot on his heels, Tony the Tiger putting up a big 371 damage per minute on Scout, 39 frags, top fragging on the server, trying his best to carry his teammates through that map, but it wasn't going to be enough. What stands out for you right there, Sideshow?
I'm just looking at the scouts here on this map. It's just ridiculous. All 4 scouts, if you align it by kills, just all 4 scouts at the top there. Tony the Tiger, 39 for 17, but both of the American scouts as well doing incredibly well and getting a ton of damage, like 300 damage per minute here on everybody. And I think really Rib was overextending a little bit too much, gifting himself as a frag to these American players, but it's difficult when you've got 100 ping. Both of these demo men playing with around the same amount of ping, to be honest, Badonsky and Rib, and both not having great games, probably because of that. But it's expected, you know. The unfortunate thing really is the soldiers for Rando and Mailer were just doing so much work. It's not really reflected in the stats, but in the game they were just making a lot of room for their team, and the way that Tony the Tiger and Zebbosai were playing, trying to get the frags on the rest of the team, they weren't in a position to play passively and guard Bull and Flippy and deny those bombs. And I think that was a calculated decision. I don't think that was a misstep from Zebbosai and Tony the Tiger there to play a different role that doesn't allow them to properly defend their team, because they're trying to get the frags. They're trying to carry their team just through the game.
I think it was a misstep in a lot of situations. Like, I'm not saying you have to stand and hold Flippy's hand the whole time, but there's certain situations when they're supposed to be playing defensively and the whole play is like, you know, sit back and play around Flippy, and it's like both scouts are on the low ground. Like, one scout up there can totally deny Mela like 90% of the time, but too often they were dropping down looking for a buff or like looking for the frags on the ground when they should have been like looking at the sky, looking out for Mela. But that's my 2 cents anyway. I just think Zebbosai, you know, he's too frag hungry, man. He's just looking for an opportunity to go off the leash. But it was definitely Mela who was opening them up. Even the last play of the game right there, he just bombed directly into the combo as they were about to push and held them up long enough, so the time just ran out. Like, he was constantly a distraction there, and he got Bull a fair number of times. I think there's like 5 more deaths there for Bull over the course of the 4 rounds, but I would have to salute Mela with a pretty solid roaming performance there, and that was something you know, like if you look at the setup of the two teams, nerdRage sacrificed the roamer option, but Melee showed just how effective it could be.
Yeah, look at the headshots as well. DavidTheWin just saying, look at the headshots, look at the headshots. 19 for Flippy, and he was just doing so much work on Sniper. I mean, Melee was actually getting onto him a fair amount, to be fair to him, but Flippy was not to be denied, and he was putting out some big numbers that game. He is, well known for his sniping prowess, and that's the decision that they tried to go with on this map, and it looked like it worked out fairly well for them, but not enough to take the map on NA soil. So let's have a shout out for some of the donators that donated during that map as well. We had Gex rolling in with $5. Thank you very much. Connor with $5 as well. Pokemon is Epic with $7. Dashner with 50, and Mana with a big $80 all during that map. We will be shouting out the donors if they're during this show match tonight, and that's i55.tf for all of the information on donating to send the American teams Ascent and Froytech to I55.
Do I need to be setting up the EU server here? It looks like DavidTheWin has it under control, actually. He's given us the new relay information here. We will be going to map 2 of this best of 3 show match series. I'm sure we're going to see 3 maps, whatever happens, even if Ascent take the next one as well. But this time it's going to be on European soil. Did you say it was in France?
I think so, yes. This server, apparently the Americans get a decent connection to the UK and France, but unfortunately there's no UK servers that aren't absolutely garbage, so the French server it is. So going over to a team colon/server, which are fairly good, but yeah, the pings don't seem to be too bad. I'm having a look at them. The fragile... Oh, Rando actually with about 74 ping in the scoreboard, so seems like a fairly decent connection for all of these players, but the nerdRage players are going to have a much better ping. Of course, the Americans are crippled on the NY server as well, just because 2 of their players are West Coast. I think it's Badonsky and somebody
Decimate,
else.
I think
Is it Decimate?
He had like 80, 90 ping.
Yeah, so it doesn't really affect Decimate that badly. It's kind of, a hit scan isn't affected too badly by the ping, but Badonsky not having a great time there with almost 100 ping on an NY server, but that's the whole reason for the I-Series, isn't it, Admirable? It's the lack of lag. It's the LAN environment, ping just ruins all of these show matches. You can't get a good idea of who's the best. You can't compete on an even platform, so that's the whole point of these I-Series, is to host the TF2 World Championships effectively in an even LAN setting.
Yeah, it's all about that level playing field. I think maybe what everyone should do here is just, turn on cheats, put in net fake lag there, and come up with like everyone on 100 ping. Whoever's got the highest ping. I saw Flippy with 200 last time. Maybe if everyone just played 200 ping, that would be fair, Sideshow. What do you think?
That would be absolutely atrocious. I don't think anyone would ever agree to playing a show match under those conditions. You're a barbarian. You're a barbarian, Admirable. We are going to
be an abomination of a game, for sure.
Absolutely. Right, I need to change the map here, or maybe DavidTheWin will. I think David is onto that. And that's we are going to be going to Granary Pro B9 for this. I have been informed as well that even though this is the American pick on the EU server, they've never actually played Granary Pro before. I did inform them that it was Granary Pro and not just normal Granary, but they figured that it was not that much of a difference, and they'd still be more comfortable on it.
It's total mind games. They heard Zebbosai throwing his toys out of the pram pre-season. His whole rant about why Granary Pro was not the map that we should be playing in Season 21 of ETF2L. And he's picked that just to unsettle the Superstar Scout. That's my theory anyway, Sideshow. But
absolutely.
He's going to suck it up. And what roster setup are nerdRage going to be playing here when it does change to Granary? Is Flippy going to stay Sniper? Is Sniper effective with Granary Pro?
I don't think Sniper's effective on any form of Granary. The choke points and the lack of sightlines and things just doesn't favour a Sniper. Apart from Last. Last is very effective for Sniper, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that out of Flippy bar a few times defending his own Last. I think they'll be running Stark and Tech on Soldiers. Tech on the pocket roll, Stark on the roaming roll, but they might switch off Stark and Zebbosai, those two players, perfectly comfortable on roaming Soldier or Scout. It just depends who's feeling what on the day, I think. So yeah, I think we'll be seeing the double scout, double soldier come out here. But as for the third map process, I mean, that's perfectly fine for sniper as well. So I have no idea what we're going to see.
Pretty good spy map as well, but you know, when you're as legendary a spy as Sideshow, every map's a spy map. They're actually changing the map right now, at least on the STV, so that's 90 seconds in the future. But for the time being, take these 90 seconds, guys, to head over to i55.tf. That's our hub page for all the fundraisers. Eventually, it'll provide us with all the LAN information as we move near to the event, so just bookmark it now. But from there, you can head to the respective Indiegogo fundraisers. The other team, whose name I will not mention, they have theirs there, but we're all about Ascent tonight. They are behind in the race for your cash money. I think we've already raised about $100 tonight, but that's not good enough, Sideshow. I'm here to perform surgery on these nerds' wallets. I need you to blow the cobwebs off there, guys. Pull out your credit card. It might be a bit rusty there, you know, since last year. Try and pour a bit of oil on that. Just slide it out there and type those digits in on Indiegogo. Send these kids your money so they can live their esports dreams in Coventry, England come the end of August. I won't be there to see it, Sideshow. I suppose this cast it's like the passing of the baton as well, man. I'm giving it to you, Sideshow. I want you to run and make i55 the greatest TF2 LAN of all time. Can you handle that responsibility?
I definitely will be. I mean, there's going to be no Admirable to mess things up, so how can it not be the best TF2 LAN ever? No, I think it really is going to be the best, or certainly one of the best TF2 LANs there's ever going to be, because the fact that you've got like 3 top European teams competing there and 2 top NA teams competing there as well, all around the same level, all going to be able to take maps off each other, take fixtures off each other, possibly different maps and different fixtures on different days, you know, depending on how they're feeling, depending on who's on form. It's just going to be an absolute roller coaster ride of an event, and I am so hyped for it. It's coming up fairly soon. That's August. i55 is going to be covered on Team Fortress TV, the channel you're watching right now, and then also on the finals will be on the multiplayer channel, I imagine, because that's what's happened every other time. But it's going to be a sick event, and we want the American teams over there really badly to make this just an incredible thing.
We got a message of Mumble. Zebbosai says go to normal granary. I'm not sure if he's asked his teammates or he's just he's getting emotional here, being forced to play Granary Pro. But I think are we going to go to normal Granary, Sideshow? Are you going to put your foot down here?
I'm actually looking at... Well, they should be playing Granary Pro, right? Because it's in the ETF2L map pool. They're going to be playing this at i55 as well. But Zebbosai has managed to put his Granary-loving foot in it once again and says to the Ascent team, we can play normal Granary if you guys want to. We've only played this once anyway. Zebbosai says, normal Granary is better anyway. Oh, lordy lord. So I'm not going to put my foot down. It's up to these two teams. It's up to them, whatever show they want to put up. But they will be playing Granary Pro, I think, at i55. I guess that's a decision that Nimthai, the organizer of it, has to make, but I don't see why they wouldn't when we've played Granary Pro in the season. So I would imagine that would be the decision, but we'll have a look. Rando says, give us normal Granary. Okay, we'll bow to their wishes. DavidTheWin, I hate to mess you around like this again, but it's what the players want. We'll acquiesce to their requests and give them the normal Granary, despite the fact that it's a severe downgrade in every possible way, and the only player who likes it is Zebbosai.
Zebbosai has he's gotten his way. It's pretty much the whole story of this team, now known as nerdRage. Anything Zebbo wants, Zebbo gets. Zebbo wants to play medic. Well, that was BK, I suppose. He gets to play medic. He wants to play scout, sure. He changes his mind maybe halfway through the scrims of the day. He can play any class he wants, man. Any map he wants. No one is going to stand in the way of Zebbosai. But you could shut Zebbosai up once and for all, guys. If you head over to i55.tf, click on that Ascent fundraiser and send not just 1, but 2 North American teams to crush Euro dreams. That's the real reason you want to do it. You want to wipe that smug grin off Zebbosai's face. You don't even want him to get second place. It's going to be NA1, NA2. Am I right, Sideshow? Testify.
Absolutely. Then reason 3, TLR 4, Zebbosai 7 underneath AO Girl and TC and Dogs.tf. It's a severe possibility. Anything's possible at i55. If you want Zebbosai to lose, your best chance is to send Ascent over to crush his dreams. Absolutely. So we are now on the normal granary. It'll be another 90 seconds before these teams go live again here. i55.tf is the link you need to donate. I've just donated my $20 that I owed from calling Tony the Tiger Stark over the last 2 maps. I was keeping an eye on the chat and they were keeping me true to my word, so there's my $20 donated to Ascent. I've already donated to them as well because I want a sick jersey. I'm all about that shirt life. I want a Ascent jersey. They look amazing.
So that you can take it off at LAN and run around semi-naked.
Absolutely. No, of course not. Why would I have ever done that? I'm a responsible individual.
Please talk.
I was going to say I have to stay responsible and sober for this land because I'm going to be casting and producing, instead of playing. If you're playing, you can be an idiot all you like and nobody cares. But if you're on the casting panel and everything, you have to remain very serious because it's a professional esport TF2.
It's thirsty work though, man. I think you should have a little drink, but then
Just every
you're
once
playing
in
a
a-
dangerous game. It's like, how much is too much, Sideshow? Do you know your limits?
Absolutely not, as we've seen multiple times.
Oh wow, we're on normal granary now. I feel like I'm at home here, and this is the second map of this Showmatch best of 3. We saw Ascent take Viaduct Pro in a pretty convincing fashion. They did go down the first round, but they ended up making it 3-1. But now the pings are favouring our Europeans pretty significantly here. Look at Decimate's ping, 170.
Yeah, it's going to be so nasty for Decimate and Badonsky because they're West Coast. They get such bad pings here to the EU servers. 180 ping for Decimate, 170 ping for Badonsky. The rest of the players kind of sitting pretty around 100 ping. It's not too bad for them. Sugar as well, getting a fairly bad ping here. All of the EU players sitting pretty on very low ping, as is typical with Europe. We don't have the ping problems that the Americans normally have to deal with. I mean, just from one side of America to the other, it can vary from around 100 ping. We would not stand for stuff like that in our scrims, would we, Admirable? Anything above 50 is just unacceptable. But either way here, we are going live with our second map. This is the NA pick for the map on an EU server, so the ping's favouring nerdRage, but the map supposedly favouring Ascent here on normal granary, not granary pro, because Zebbosai is a little bitch boy. Ascent, Badonsky and Rib fairly quick to both of these mid fights. Zebbosai running soldier flip. He's in though, trying to get onto him. Badonsky goes down, and Mela trying to reply with some aggression of his own, but just get taken down by Tech. Tony the Tiger trying to pressure down. Oh, and the Fragile trying to escape, but no, this is going to be a full team wipe here, it looks like, from Ascent, and not a single player lost from nerdRage. They are going to be plowing forwards here across yard into second, and with the spawn time so long on this map compared to Granary Pro, it's going to be a long time before the Fragile is up and able to establish a defense. The players aren't even going to be buffed. I bet they wish they were playing Granary Pro now.
Oh, Mela's hiding as Pyro just under the tires there, just as the flank from nerdRage step on. He appears, but the spawns aren't even going to come in time for most of Ascent. And that will be a very fast first round, and this is where Ascent are starting to realise what this ping differential feels like. They're standing on middle, they're thinking this is a position I want to be in, I want to take this fight, but the damage just isn't coming out. They couldn't get a single frag on that last mid. I'm not sure how they want to change it up this time, but I'm going to watch this Demo Man battle. Oh, Rib just steps over that stick, and it was placed perfectly on the kit by Badonsky. The jet doesn't come in time. And both demo men now poised. Rib's looking to move forward. He's focusing his attention on the high ground. He's really softening up those shoulders for his scouts to go forward. Now the pressure comes in onto Rib, and Tech is there to just focus down all aggressors. Bulb steps off to the side, and he is going to survive on 40 health. So another really strong mid fight coming out there from nerdRage.
Yeah,
all
they
those
do manage
frags
to get
out by Rib at the start, man.
Yeah, they do manage to get the pick on Rib there, but just the aggression paying out the damage, and it really sucks the pings here for Ascent, but that is the whole point of the fundraiser here, the Showmatch, just to generate hype. There's nothing on the line here, but there is everything on the line at i55. Go over to i55.tf to donate to get Ascent over to a LAN environment where these pings don't make any difference. They'll all be playing on less than 5 ping there. LAN ping. Oh, Mailer's in! Mailer's trying to get a frag there. Does actually trade with Zebbosai in that upper area. The Uber popped out of Bool, and Tony the Tiger's going to lead it along with Tech. They haven't really got many frags off here, and Shrugger coming in on behind onto Rib. This looks like a bad push here from nerdRage. Oh, but Tony the Tiger playing the point, and nobody's going to be able to stop him. He does actually manage to pick up the round. Oh, that was looking so bad from nerdRage. It was a great defense there. Shrugger going behind to pick off Rib before he could even enter the fight. That was such a nice flank by him, and the trade stopping Zebbosai getting into the fight was good as well, but unfortunately just didn't manage to block the point there right at the end, and we're going to our third mid. Ascent need to change things up if they want to stop getting obliterated by the quicker projectiles. Frankly, it's the ping that's making the difference here. I'm not oh, Zebbosai in for a big bomb straight onto Badonsky. That was so nice by Zebbosai, actually. He does manage to pick up the return frag there, Mailer. And Rando getting onto them, but not able to put out as much damage as he would have liked. Mailer coming in for a reply. Picks off Bool. Such a nice play there. And the Fragile is hightailing it out. He's going to get chased down by Tony the Tiger, though. Tony the Tiger in left yard does actually spot his prey, and the Fragile, I don't think, has even realized that he's being chased down. He's going to turn around, but 9 HP, not going to be able to survive that. And Rando and Badonsky, the only spawners left who are going to be respawning there to defend last, but the Fragile's going to get such a late spawn.
Luckily, Mila got that important pick onto Bull. Nice direct rocket to finish him off. Fragile just getting back on the field. They'll have those buffs, but he's only really at about 25% disadvantage here. They could probably just attempt the push. You want to hear some team comms? Which team? Sideshow.
I want to hear Ascent defend here.
Alright, here we go. Let's see what the
That's
plan is.
right last. Right last.
They're coming left.
So
Scout's
does
on last.
Scout last.
He's in our spawn.
all the way back on point.
Yeah, he's
He's
Scout
down.
set.
Scout nurse one is down.
sort of bombing.
Sort of bombed. He's dead.
Scout took 40.
I'm down.
Scout's rape. Just 2. Demo med.
Nice one.
He took 170.
Shoot the demo.
They have 2 spawns.
On top.
They're coming
Fight
in
him, under demo.
left.
Done.
Nice. Up in one.
Coming in.
Alright, we're
Nice.
pushing off this. Someone goes
Wow.
up.
Passion, guys, passion.
Is it just
That
me,
was,
Admirable, or
that was a huge
their
hold,
comms
like-
so strange? They're just they
Mila
don't
beasted
call
it
very
again
much.
there.
It's
He
very-
hit some like really big rockets when he was on like half health to get that frag just as the real push was coming in from nerdRage there. But like a huge hold from Ascent. Now they're trying to move forward here. They're very aware that the flank is hot. Oh, Rando picks up the 2k kills off Zebo and Tony the Tiger in the garage there. And now that right hand side is totally exposed on the defender's perspective. They're moving forward now through the right or red team. Ascent, now they're in the left yard. They're just making sure that all sides are covered. They know it's pretty secure here, but they are 2 players down. They can't make this push. They're also at a slight uber disadvantage, so they're just trying to hold forward a little bit in the yard here. Once they see that combo coming, they're probably going to start to back out a little bit.
Oh, oh my lord!
Badonsky! 2k
What a
with the
sticky
sticky
trap!
trap.
Did you see where they were? I don't
No
even know
idea,
where they
mate.
were, but gets Rib and Bull, the 2 most important picks there. The Uber comes out of the Fragile, but they're just mopping up frags left, right, and center. They're just getting all the picks they need, and they're going to come forward here. Flippy's running sniper as well. He's going to take a fight against Shrugger and going to lose that so quickly. And this is looking great. They're building up some momentum coming forward here. They're going to get the frag on Zebbosai, surely. Oh, he actually gets away, but Shrugger's balls deep. He's going to pick up 2 Rib and Zebbosai. Can he get onto Bull as well? Shrugger playing so well. Oh my god, there we go.
Oh, Mila,
Mailer
you
finishes
jerk.
off the frag.
Dealing his frags.
Absolutely. Tony the Tiger and Tech, the only ones left to weather the storm here, but this is looking like, wow, what a momentum-based push there from Ascent all the way from their last with a great defense there to a great pop and sticky trap from Badonsky, and they're just massacred on that round.
Yeah, man. Bull dropped the Uber, but nerdRage, they dropped their heads, man. They lost the composure for the rest of that round. They were just all over the place. Now they've got a chance to reset here during the rollout onto mid. They can try and come up with a new plan. Badonski's going to go top again, but Rib has the sticky preset there. He's forced to drop down and get the kit. He's back to full health. But neither Demoman going to get too aggressive off the back of that. But it's a right-hand side push here from Ascent. They're trying to bomb them in over the red crate. They do get the pick onto Bull, but it's an absolute massacre on the other side of the middle, as Decimate just drops there right at the end to leave 3 nerdRage players standing. It's Flippy, Tony and Rib who survived to tell the tale. Tony's already ahead, getting ready to cap CP4, and this is one of the downsides of vanilla Granary. You know, this point is so hard to contest if you get wiped on middle. Not so on Granary Pro, but we don't get to see that side show.
No, the teams have chosen to go for comfortable old normal Granary because they don't even know the advantages of Granary Pro there. Starcatcher, oh, Tony the Tiger. There we go, another $10 bled from my wallet. Tony the Tiger gets picked up on second as the rest of the Ascent team were trying to take control of their right yard. Pressuring people out. Flippy might get caught here as well. He's on 125 health actually. He didn't get tagged whatsoever and does manage to hightail it out there. Ribs putting down damage on Shrugger and Decimate and puts them both down so low. Actually picks up the frag, and the Spam picks up another frag onto Badonski. It's a bit of a car crash of a hold there from Ascent as they have to back off here, but they're going to have their Uber charge up fairly shortly and they're going to be able to defend second here, exchanging these Ubers while the spawns come into it. Badonski another 3 seconds, but they're going to buy time during the Uber fight here.
Yeah, Rando actually walked forward just like a little bit before they got the charge, so he took a lot of damage before the Fragile was even able to pop to save him, and he had to pop because he was just stuck into the corner there. So the Uber was always going to end badly for Ascent. Meanwhile, Flippy is in trying to pin Fragile against the fence. Zebbosai and Tech jumping in just to manhandle that medic. Badonski is looking for the exit, but he has compromised the point. nerdRage going to make it 3-1 here. They come out with a response after losing a round to these high-ping North Americans.
Yeah,
they're able to
super
do
hyping.
it, not even at land. They're doing it with such a handicap here. Imagine how good they'd be if they came to Europe at the end of August. Head over to i55.tf and donate now!
Absolutely. 3-1 the scoreline going into the 5th middle fight here. Rib a lot quicker than Badonski to that bottom health kit, but doesn't actually manage to tag him for any damage. Shrugger really weak actually. I think Rib got a sticky straight onto Shrugger there. Mainly the first casualty though goes down to Flippy and Tony the Tiger. Oh, Tony takes a big sticky there and Rando's in for a bomb, trying to get onto people. Can't quite manage it, and Zebbosai comes in for a return frag onto Rib. He's onto the Fragile now. The Fragile on 70 health, just choosing to leave, I think, here with his 70%, but he's going to get chased down. It's all on Shrugger, really, then. He's in behind. Can he manage to pick off Bull and make the Uber charge battle even? Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Even Shrugger isn't able to manage to battle his way through 4 players onto the medic. Not this time, anyway. And Mela is going to run Spy.
Delightful. Already we see nerdRage taking control at CP4. They are poised to push. Let's take a little listen into their team comms as they attempt to execute here.
I'm on second.
We're in right side,
Coming.
Just
To the left, close.
You must cut up.
I can't get him.
Demo.
I'm 15 HP, I can do
Demo
it.
weak.
I'm down.
Alright.
Must cut up.
Down.
I'm coming in top.
Slow
Fall
weak.
back, fall back.
One scout down. The other one took 100.
Nice
That is
point.
weak. Scout down.
Nice.
3 alive.
Let's leave.
They have advantage, right?
They must spawn now.
Yeah, they do.
They
Even should have it, I think.
But with a slight misread on the Ubers there, as the Fragile only on 70%. Zebbosai did a lot of work in
He got
in
wrecked
that
there
end
by
there.
Rando though. He hit that one air shot, he got cocky, he says, I'm going in to fight Rando here, and gets destroyed.
Man, Rando's so good. He's like, I really like watching him. He's a phenomenal soldier. I rate him so highly. He's just so good on that pocket roll.
Oh, they're doing the little right to left push here. Ascent coming out on Z and now trying to catch nerdRage in that left yard, but oh, Rib's got the sticky trap up, catches Decimate. He was trying to push ahead of his teammates, but the combo of Ascent is slowly but surely moving forward. They decided to take the high route here. They want to avoid all the bomb threats, the damage as well, and Tony the Tiger's going for the wraparound. He's looking for the back cap. Zebbosai potentially could go there as well. They're actually going to turn around and look for frags. There's 3 Ascent players down right now, and Shrugger is surely going to join them in the spawn. He's stuck in the corner on middle. Rando is thinking of going in there. He's got 300 health, but he is vastly outnumbered at the minute. He's trying to escape. Tony the Tiger has eyes on the combo. He's calling it to his teammates. Rando and Fragile are forced into the garage here, so their retreat could be cut off if Zebo walks forward, or any of the scouts. They can pin them in here. They're trying to. Tony the Tiger's looking to make them look the wrong way. He's got him backed into a corner. He humiliates Rando there. The shotgun couldn't connect with that ping, but the Fragile survives. Rando has done enough here, and why did no one go forward there? They were just too happy to cap the point. They could have wiped the combo and then capped, but nerdRage, man, they're playing just a little bit too non-committal for me. I wanted to see them go hard there, Sideshow.
Yeah, they actually were trying to run Flippy there, just taking control of the point and then wanted to push last, but Ascent are not going to give them that kind of room. This is the American aggression coming out onto them. Bull on 20 HP, just getting his supercharge up now. Zebbosai taking a 1v1 against Decimate. Oh, actually manages to pick that up. He's going to run into Rando, though, with his skill stick out, and that's not going to end well for Zebbosai. So it's a 4v4 situation, but Tech and Bull have actually gone behind. Oh, they've managed to wrap around the American team here, and they're going to start off a back cap. Rib not in this, though. It's literally just the combo. It's only Bull and Tech here on this back cap. They've actually had to pop off their Ubercharge. They're going to be able to get onto Badonsky as Flippy comes in. The cavalry has arrived. They're going to be able to cap this off. Mailer and Decimate on last here, trying to defend against them. Mailer's in, trying to slow them down and get any damage on them he possibly can here, but Ascent not going to be able to quell the tide of nerdRage players flowing forwards. 4-1 the scoreline. And are they going to be able to take it to the win difference here, or are Ascent going to be able to perform better than nerdRage did and take more than one round on the opposing server?
Big shout out to Flippy as well there in that last passage of play. He was able to take out the combo single-handedly as they tried to rush back to defend 4, but now onto this mid fight. Badonsky again going top for the 3rd mid in the row, and manages to drop down onto the kit, but now the pieces are in place. Plays will be made. Tech's looking to walk forward top left. Rando's trying to contest him. Meanwhile, Mela gets directly into Bull. Oh, he can't get another rock out there, and Bull survives. Shrugger's trying to go in there to follow up on that damage. Rando is going to lose out to Tony the Tiger as well, and again, only Fragile remains alive, but it looks like he's going to survive this middle as well. He's running. He's going to pop off an arrow there. He's pressing. He's walking backwards. It's not as fast as walking forwards, my friend. He's going for it. He's strafing around. He's trying to juke here long enough, but Flippy is going to run in and get that medic pick. And that is just huge here for nerdRage. They've got some serious momentum now. They've had 2 rounds without response, and that medic pick very late into the mid fight, if you could even call it that, is going to give them just so much time to push here, Sideshow.
Absolutely, and they have that full Uber advantage. They're going to be able to come streaming forwards here. Decimate's actually running a defensive sniper. Tony the Tiger and Rib take so much damage there. They're all so weak. Oh, the headshot onto Rib. That's a bit of overkill, actually. But there's the Demoman down, and he's in the Mailer trying to get the Uber charge off. He does get it. That's such a passive Uber there from Bull, and they're going to try and make it work here. Flippy on the point gets the 1v1. They're actually going to be able to do it. They bled too many players trying to get the Uber charge out of Bull there, I think. And 5-1 the score. It looks like Europe's coming back into it. This will give them a morale boost going into the 3rd and final map afterwards. But the next map's going to be on a New York server. No luck for you there, Euro teams.
North Americans, wipe your tears, guys. The game isn't over. We don't play 1st to 5 here. We're going for a win difference 5, so there's still another round potentially here for you guys to come back, but this is map point now for nerdRage. They're on to the mid fight again here. Everybody's just ready to rock. Mela's going to jump left and try and contest Zebbosai, but he just juked back into the ramp room. Now he's going to jump in onto the Ascent med pack. He's got control of it. He's really creating a big distraction here. Ascent are already 3 down, but Bull's gone down to the huge aggression that came out of Ascent, but again, the pings, man, the damage, it's just not there for them in these mid-fights.
Yeah, it's really... Rando's jumping in right at the beginning and doesn't get hardly any damage down onto the nerdRage team, and you wouldn't expect that normally from Rando. Mailer's able to come in afterwards after Rando's done a bit of distraction, and he managed to pick off, I think it was 2 players there, and did a really decent job. Is Tony the Tiger running Spy Admirable?
Uh-oh, he's showboating for the fans here. He asked himself, What would Sideshow do in this situation?
Well, he got the answer perfectly correct. Should we ever listen to their team comms as they approach this?
Yes, absolutely.
David.
Oh shit.
Scout
Scout behind left yard.
Yeah, I'm on.
Flip is on him. I'm too close, Rip. I can't stay so
Uh,
close.
got
Twig.
J'arrive tech.
I'm going now. I'm going for the mid.
We're tech.
We're getting out.
Oh, the Uber. He was scared.
I'm going for last. Oh no, I'm not going.
We have 70 on middle. I need ammo.
I'm still
Okay,
on
holding
them.
right side.
And
We're
then
out.
They're pushing left, they're pushing left.
I'm on mid, on point for heals.
And
I'm with you.
You have no height advantage. Yeah. You
Go
should
up
just give
or-
this and then go with spawners.
I'll have a
Don't lead
person.
right side.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they're right.
You won't do anything without spawners.
I'm far away, so I'm not with you.
Oh, sorry,
Next one,
lost.
I spawned.
We're in
Keep
the
blocking.
room. I'm going
coming
from
in.
top.
We have
Good luck,
I'm going in now. I'm going in now.
Yeah,
Call
I'm
if I
going
need to
to.
use stack.
I'm in.
Use.
Got to get
Stop
90
it
on
on
point.
Done.
Six
I'm
right
chasing
side,
hot,
ramp
guys.
room,
Chasing. Go.
pushing
Zebo,
left.
soldier,
Well,
Scout.
ramp room, left side, there, ramp room.
Scout's still over there. No, you're left.
We're in
I
ramp
have
room.
no rockets. Fuck me. No, I'm
Sorry,
not on.
two.
I need
So
to
now
go
we-
back.
Demo right side is closed. He's closed off.
Solar left side. He's coming on though. He's on the room.
So the ramp room.
Scout's
really weak. Down.
Jumping behind.
So the Conrad right side.
Done.
I jumped them right. Solly took
Good
it.
list.
I'm gonna die.
Well, they managed to get the force out of them there after streaming forwards, but possibly a bit of a bad pop there. And what did Tony do on Spy?
Got the force, man. That's what he did.
Absolutely.
Huge plays there with the front stabs. But I think Flippy kind of dropping the ball there. He saw Mila in the ramp room. He called Soldier in there, but he ran and chased him instead of just sitting back and protecting his medic. And Bull went down there. But as I say that, Fragile is going to go down to Flippy. He has restored my confidence in him with a huge medic pick right now. Bull's back on the field. And nerdRage have heals in the corner here, but Tech is getting focused down hard. Shrugger going to send him to the spawn queue. Now it's just Rib trying to create an opening here. They have backup now in the form of Tony. They're just baiting these scouts to come at them. And perfectly, Bull backs out through the choke point. There's just a wall of blue players there to protect him.
Decimate should never have been
that
able
was
to get
huge.
ribbed there, though. That's ridiculous. Shrugger kind of does a wiggle in the air, and they manage to take him down. And Decimate just runs straight in, and they can miss everything on him. And he's just able to take down Rib after a bit of chaos. Oh, Flippy's in behind, though. Flippy's actually flanked all the way from top, and he's trying to get onto the Fragile. He's missing all of his shots there. The whiff! The French whiff coming out. A Flippy beef. Oh, there we go. Flippy buff. Absolutely. Here comes the Uber charge, though. It's a double soldier Uber, and Tex managed to pick up the frag on Badonsky. They'll be wanting to roll this all the way
Look
to
at this, so
oh,
Mila
no.
and Shrugger have just cut them off at the knees here. And they've killed all the players that were trying to cap. Now Shrugger versus Tech. Tech's got the shotgun out, but the legendary shotgun can't connect. Bull runs forward there, but his life is null and void. Flippy's just back on the field here after that embarrassing attempt at a medic pick. He tries to hide on the ledge there, but he's forgotten that Valve changed that about 10 years ago. There are no more hiding spots up there, Flippy. He's going to pick up the med pack, but already he's given his position away. They know where the threat is, but he's forcing them to look right as Tony the Tiger steps in from the left, gets the foresight onto the Fragile, and there's two players down right now for nerdRage. I was going to say they could maybe contest this, but definitely not, Sideshow, definitely not.
If Tony the Tiger got the frag on Badonsky there, they would have been able to contest it, but Badonsky got a nice loose cannon just whipping around and not even bothering to charge it to do the necessary damage, just confident in his ability to hit those 60 damage directs with it instead, and takes down Tony the Tiger. Right now, nerdRage have about a 20%, maybe more like a 25% Uber advantage, but Badonsky's got a sticky trap up that might catch Tech if he leads the supercharge through that little choke point on second. We'll have to see how they opt to use that. I think he just spotted it there as he peeked his head around the corner. No, he didn't, but Badonsky pops it off and it doesn't catch anybody. Shrugger comes through to finish up the frag on Tech, though, and there's the pick advantage. That means that nerdRage won't be able to use their supercharge. Meanwhile, Tony the Tiger and Zebbosai taking a fight in that left yard, but Ascent have got them outmanned there. Mela, Shrugger and Decimate taking that fight, and they're winning it. This might be another round on the board here if they're able to take it off. There's the force as well, but they are getting too many Ascent frags here, I think, with this Uber charge. Ascent going too deep for that Uber force for my liking.
Bull is just leaving Rib to his own devices here. Rib survives, in fact. But Badonski gets the trap on the corner there. Flippy is going to play the role of Minesweeper. Badonski just spamming those loose cannons, trying to connect a double dunk. But Rib jumps forward, but Rando is going to beast him. So now Demoman advantage really favours Ascent here as nerdRage continue to try and move forward. Mela drops down and cuts off Tony the Tiger, separates him from his medic. Zebbosai jumps back just in time to protect Bull, but that push went horribly. Really, nerdRage had no business trying to continue into middle there without their Demoman, and they got punished hard.
And these terrible spawns on the normal granary are going to mean that they might not even get the Zebbosai spawn before Ascent opt to push. They're going to have their Uber charge up before Zebbosai gets his spawn. They can push in his 6v5 with that really close forward spawn as well, which has been changed in Granary Pro to make it easier to push out from last. But never mind all about that. I'm not going to whinge about the fact they're playing on the normal rubbish Valve Granary. So Uber v Uber for both teams. Ascent looking like they're going to have to repel a push from up top here as Tech and Zebbosai get aggressive, trying to spam it down. There goes Shrugger. That's the pick that they need to push out here with, I think. Oh, Zebbosai doesn't quite get caught by the sticky trap up top, but he will do now. There he goes. Badonski giving him the benefit of the doubt there, but as he backed off into it, he figured he couldn't wait any longer. There goes the pick, and that's what Ascent need to push in from this left-hand side. The Ubercharger getting popped right now onto Rando. They're taking in a solo, trying to get the force out from Tech and Bull as well. And are they going to flood more players in, or is this going to be a bit of a car crash here?
They need to deal with Melee. He was up on that pipe, and Flippy saw him the whole time, but nerdRage didn't turn around to deal with him. He does go down eventually, and Ascent find themselves with only 2 players remaining alive. Again, Rib goes down to decimate there, the pistol enough to finish him off. Badonski's got stickies above the point. Tony's calling it, but Flippy doesn't care. He's going to run straight through them. But oh, the double dunk onto Tony the Tiger there. And that is -1 scout here. Ascent are going for it, man. They know they have no option but to just push here. 6 minutes left on the clock. Bull's got his back turned as Shrugger comes in from Z, guns down the nerdRage medic. Zebbosai is hiding in that little connector himself. I think he's been spotted. Badonski's already putting down the stickies, but he's just drawn attention to the same side that Tech is at. Zebbosai's jumping around from the other side now, but Tech is up top. The coordination is slightly off here. Now Tech comes in after Zebbosai's already distracted them. These 2 soldiers have the potential to absolutely crush this Ascent push. Oh my god. They don't know where to look right now, and Ascent again find themselves with only 2 players up. It's Shrugger and Badonski. He's going in, he's trying to make it happen, but he can't. Rib survives on 3 health. Wow.
Yeah, now they can get the pressure. Oh, Badonski doing so much damage there with the loose cannon. He's doing so well with it. He's just making it work perfectly. He was running on Viaduct as well, and I've seen him run it a few times in his games. Oh, there we go. Catches a pipe, though, from Rib. That's the Demoman traded for both teams here, but nerdRage having an opportunity to lose it if Ascent pressure them on that left-hand side. Only Zebbosai really in a position to do anything. Tony the Tiger just got his spawn. He's not going to be able to hold off 3 players, and that's the score 5-2 right now. They're getting back into it here, Ascent. They're putting up more of a show than I thought they would. Does this bode bad things for EU?
I hope so. This is just another reason why you should head over to i55.tf and donate to the Ascent fundraiser. Head over to their Indiegogo page from there if you want to see NA number 1 and number 2 at i55. Get these kids over there ASAP. There's so many sick perks you can get. Posters, shirts, casts, all sorts of shenanigans. But onto this mid fight. There's 4 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Zebbosai had jumped in there onto the red med pack. Was that the Shadowburn rollout? But he jumps up, surprises Decimate, who gets gunned down there by Tony the Tiger. The combined fire, and Ascent are retreating here. Only 4 minutes left on the clock. Surely they know they can't win here, can they? 3 rounds, 4 minutes. Is it possible, Sideshow?
It's mathematically possible if they decide to push now and go for it. They do have an uber advantage. That's just due to Ascent taking more damage and the Fragile healing it up. If they choose to push now, they'll catch Bull without his uber charge, and he's just on the left-hand side. But with that pick on Melo, I don't think they're going to. And Teg's going to peek in. Bull now has his uber charge up, and Flippy and Zebbosai play so aggressive in that lunchbox area. Shrugger's going to come up behind him. Gets the 2-shot onto Zebbosai. Flippy actually gets the return frag, though. Oh, but Shrugger is just giving them no respect here and just coming out with some ridiculous plays.
Rando had a nice Uber exchange there, but with them being at a one-man disadvantage, it seems they felt he couldn't continue to push here. But as the Ubers fade, they're just standing there looking around, unsure what to do. Rando goes down, Badonski joins him, and then The Fragile is just left totally exposed there. Mila's up top spamming rockets. He's not sure who to go for. It's just absolutely disastrous here, but luckily with that previous round, they did give themselves a little bit of breathing room. They can afford to lose a round here. Shrugger's hiding there under the tires. He's going to pop out and takes Tony the Tiger out. I don't think the WWF are going to be too impressed about that, but right now Ascent are just going to be gutted and mounted on the walls here of nerdRage. What a disaster. Definitely can't do it now, Sideshow. We're gonna have to go to a third map.
We're gonna have to go to a third map. What a pity at Firefall. Yeah, we always wanted the third map. The third map is where it's at. So that's gonna be CP Process. Stick around though as we watch these last 2 rounds, or possibly last just 1 round. But Donski's so weak there, picking up the health kit. He's gonna be tackled by Rib, gets a good sticky on him, another good sticky on him. But Donsky so weak, and that sticky was just about to kill him. If Rib had popped that off straight away, he would have found the frag. Mail is in though, onto Bull, and Bull goes down. That's going to be traded for Bodonsky, sorry, and Sugar. I got all my words mixed up there, Bodonsky. But unfortunately, as we've seen before, Ascent not quite able to make things happen on this very DM-orientated middle of CP Granary. The soldiers reign supreme on Granary normally because of the high ground, and Rando and Mela have taken such a hit with the high ping. They're going to be pushing all the way to last here. nerdRage trying to make this work. Just backing off, seeing if they could get a frag with it. The Uber charge is a slight advantage here in favor of Bull, but it's going to be a while till they have that up. You could sack in a player here, really, from nerdRage. Or actually, they might just have to repel this aggression from Ascent.
Look at this switch up here from Bull. He's breaking out that crit screed. It looks like they want to go for the mercy rule here. They're looking to cap out. It is map point here for nerdRage. It doesn't even look like the crits is going to matter as the frags have been coming in thick and fast. Ascent already wiped as that crits gets popped off, and it is going to be 7-2. The ping's really helping nerdRage on the way to that cap out victory here on the second map. I guess we'll take a look at the log, Sideshow, but tell these kids what the third and final map's going to be.
Yeah, the third map is going to be on the New York server once again, so the Americans should have better ping apart from Bodonsky and Decimate as we discussed before, but the map is going to be from nerdRage, and that's going to be CP Process, but that's a map that the Americans are so familiar with as well, probably more familiar with than nerdRage, so it could be a bit of a whitewash here. I'm not sure what to predict. I don't think it'll be as close as Viaduct was. Viaduct went down to the wire quite a few times. It was a pretty close map overall, but I'm not quite sure how Process is going to play out. Let's have a look at these logs, and I'll read out some more of the kind people who've donated to the Ascent fundraiser on i55.tf, and then we'll head back over to the NY server and check that out.
I'm going to go straight to the airshot stat, and Rando, playing from another continent, is up top there, but he is tied with Zebbosai, you know, who seem to be doing some work here. Haven't played Scout the first map. He's still got it on Soldier, but Rando putting up a solid performance there. But then if I go to damage now, I'm looking at Tech up there, 360 damage per minute. He did a pretty immaculate job of keeping Bull alive. 6 less deaths for Bull compared to the Fragile there. But looking at Bodonsky, man, he was really trying his hardest for his team there. He comes up second on the damage ranking with 333 DPM. Wasn't able to find as many frags as Rib, but that huge sticky trap, that's enough to elevate him to the pantheon of Showmatch legends.
I think that's phenomenal, to be honest, because he had essentially 180 ping throughout the entirety of that game. That's nearly 200 ping. I mean, that's when you compare that to Tech, who had 10 ping, the difference is so phenomenal, and the amount of damage that they put out really wasn't that much different. So Bodonsky being able to put out the most damage there, apart from one player, with 180 ping, just speaks volumes about how amazing he is as a
Look at
demo
this actually as well, man. Like Flippy, a guy who I love to slate for being a terrible scout, actually comes up with the most frags in that game. Sure, he was shooting these 200 ping North Americans, whatever, fish in a barrel, but he really produced the goods. Didn't do anything on Sniper for 2 minutes played, according to the logs anyway, but the top fragging scout on the server, a very respectable kill assist to death ratio of 3.3. They're tied with Tech, in fact. So the Frenchies stepping up on Granary. They love their bread, you know. There's some sort of baguette link in here, but really impressive stuff from Flippy. I hope he's going to bring it to LAN as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And David's telling us that Sugar would have had a 6k at one point there, except as we pointed out, Mela stole it. But if you look at the kill streaks, and there's like a kill streak there, 4 from Flippy, but that 5 and would have been a 6 from Sugar. I mean, Sugar's just giving them no respect, and he's playing so well. He's just doing so well for his team there. I cannot wait to see them in the flesh.
The team stats, the mids, it was absolutely one-way traffic there. 9 mids to 0 for our blue team, nerdRage, formerly known as Tony's Tigers. But Ascent, I think we could put it down to the pings there. You know, the strategies they were employing were dependent on them doing big damage or hitting shots. But it didn't seem to be happening on 9 mids in a row. Hopefully they're going to have more success here on the process. What do the pings look like now?
The pings, we're moving back to the same server that we were on before for Viaduct, so the pings fairly good for the EU team, sitting around 100, maybe slightly less, maybe more like 90. For the American people, we've got 4 players with a ping of around 20 or 30, and then Bodonsky and Decimate sat up there with 80 or 90, so not too good for them. But for the rest of the American team, it's a fairly significant advantage, but it's not too bad. It's certainly much more even than the EU server, which is a little bit of a pity. And I am going to switch over the map here to CP Process as soon as I figure out and remember what version of the map we're on. Is it Final 1? Something like that. I'll figure it out anyway. If I give you the link, Admirable, can you shout out some of these delicious funders who've managed to get us to $3,000 for the Ascent fundraiser?
No, I'm not going to be able to do that, Sideshow.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. You know, I've got a bit of a... I'm just recovering from an illness right now, Sideshow, but I had to drag myself out of my deathbed to be here. The least I could do is shout out those legends who put their hand into their wallet, produced the digital currency here tonight. All you have to do is head over to i55.tf and you too could earn my respect. But I'm looking at the link right now, and we'll go in reverse order. The HUD legend himself, Only Bombulator, has donated $100. Oh, we've crossed the $3,000 threshold here, I see, with the total. We've had Yuri Paco, clearly a Finn, donate at $1. And I just want to say that $1 is greatly appreciated. Doesn't matter how much you donate, even if you don't donate at all, guys. Just spread the word about this fundraiser and support competitive TF2 for i55. It's going to be, you know, our world championship. I'm putting that in air quotes, you know, because we don't officially own that, but we're claiming it. Valve, step up, give us an international, please. Big shout out to Anonymous as well, who donated $17. You have kept your identity a mystery, but you know who you are, Mr. $17. Dance number with a big 65. Kuke, $7. Josh Wilkinson, 41 minutes ago, $20. How many more dollars are you going to have to donate?
I think I have to donate another 10 after that map. I really should have had a better deal with you, because the bull drops are just not coming in today. I think you should have to donate 25 for every bull drop, surely.
No, mate, I'm not going to agree to that. I'm not an idiot. I'm not donating anything, guys. What are you going to do about that? I'm not even going to i55. Why would I donate to that, Sideshow?
Because you're going to watch the VODs afterwards, you're going to experience the hype, the post-produced, or not even post-produced, live-produced coverage from Team Fortress TV is going to be incredible.
Man, you know? Sell it to me. Give me the sales pitch, Sideshow. Can you win me over? Can you melt my icy heart?
Probably not, but it's not you that I have to persuade. It's all of these far less cynical viewers on Team Fortress TV and the other people that are going to be hyped for another intercontinental I-Series. Two top American teams, one of which we've never seen perform at an intercontinental event before, who look like they could be doing incredibly well against Froya Tech this ESCA season, possibly going to knock them off the podium if one of the top EU teams doesn't get there first. That's what are they called now? nerdRage, that's the one. I keep wanting to call them Tony's Tigers, but that's not their name anymore. They picked up a new org. It's nerdRage, TLR, and Reason, who are looking like the teams going to i55 representing Europe, and you could not pick which one is the best one at the moment. It seems like TLR's come out on top, which was a little bit of a surprise, but the season has not even got to the halfway point, to be honest, so things could all change, and things will all change at LAN. The LAN is a completely new environment, so it's such going to be such an amazing event, such an amazing competitive event, casted and covered all of these games, and you can go as well if you live in England or if you're in Europe and it's not too much of a bother to get over to Coventry, England. It's a fantastic community LAN as well. It's not just the invite teams that are the attraction. You can play at the event, you can go and spectate at the event, you can go and just chill with all of the EU and top NA community. It's just a fantastic time for everybody involved.
That does sound amazing. I wish I could go to LAN, but not this time. You know, I like to dodge every other LAN sideshow. It's my thing. So I'm really looking forward to i58, guys. Start the fundraiser right now. Send me to i58, please. I do see Uberchain just poking her head into the chat there. She's saying she fell asleep after staying up all night to work on the posters. Those posters, which are the perk for a $50 donation, have been released. $50 and up, in fact. There's other perks you can get that combine several of these fabulous perks, but you can check them out. I'm sure David could put them up on stream at short notice because he's such a professional streamer. There's also a link that could be spammed in chat, but the artwork there, you know, the SFM, it's just beautiful. And you could have that as your background. You could get it printed out and hang it up on your wall if you want, if you're just the ultimate NA fanboy. I know I'm going to get mine turned into a bedspread. You know, I want
that look delightful.
The Ascent pillows. You know, I want my face on the Fragile's minigun.
That's not creepy at all. That's just delightful.
I'm going to shrug that cum off my shoulder in my Ascent bedspread.
Oh, that's given me a nasty image. I've got the picture in your head of you just brushing something off your shoulders, but this time you're sat up in bed. Anyway, that's far too awful for to be streamed on Team Fortress TV. Tut, Admirable, you disgusting man. We're going to be going live with our third map of this show match between Ascent and nerdRage incredibly shortly. It's going to be CP Process on the American server. It's the EU map pick. It looks like Tech's warming up on Sniper. That could be a new one. I don't think we're going to see that though, but we'll have to see what they plan in terms of a roster. Are they going to be having Flippy on Sniper, etc., etc.? So they're going to be readying up very soon. We do have the team comms as well, and it's i55.tf to donate to this this fantastic American team to come and compete during the I-Series as well. I've been asked to shout out, which I should have done before, the incredibly talented and intercontinental production team we'll have at i55, which features such names as Mana, Dashner, Kevin Ispone, Gex, and possibly even I hear rumors that Lang is considering it but not confirmed, but certainly Gex casting is something I'm incredibly hyped for at an I-Series event as well. He'll fill the gap easily that you've left, Admirable.
Yeah, he is a consummate professional. He's the only one I really care about. All those other faceless production nerds, nobody cares about them. The casters are the real celebrities, Sideshow. They're the only guys that matter. I want you to adopt this attitude when you attend i55. I want everyone to know when they see you walking in the room that you are the business. You're the dog's bollocks. You're Europe's brightest casting hope at LAN, as long as Kiedis doesn't get knocked out. Can you handle that responsibility, Sideshow?
Absolutely, that responsibility is well put on my shoulders, and I'll be the most responsible person you've ever seen. Absolutely.
I want you to go wild, man. I want you to, I want you to be an edgy host. I hope you've got a 20-minute speech prepared for the grand finals as well, since Byte isn't going to be there.
Yeah, I do. I've got my leaving speech prepared. I'm going to get people to buy me a card, and it's going to be fantastic. Like, I've got it all set out. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to get everybody to like bench press me. It's going to be ridiculously cool.
It's going to be the greatest hits of multiplayer LANs. And at the end of it, everybody's going to say, "Oh, this is my last LAN, man. This is my last LAN." But you'll be back for i58. Everyone will be there. And keep this great legacy going, guys. We're going to get 2 North American teams, God willing, donators willing. Ascent have already raised about $250 tonight through some very generous donations coming in there on the Indiegogo page. You can get involved too. Head over to i55.tf. And that
I
other
suppose
team,
we should give
don't mention them.
shout out as well to Throw Your Tech. I'm going to mention them even if you won't. And also the team that, the European team, they're currently looking for fundraisers as well, is TLR to get their Russian soldier Shadowburn over to i55. It's quite the journey from Russia. I'm sure it's about the same distance as it is from America, actually, but they're trying to get him over as well. He's a phenomenal soldier, so if you have any spare change after you've given everything you own over to Ascent, just have a look at the TLR fundraiser as well. There's some cool perks over there, but it's the Ascent boys we're really promoting here because they are the top contenders for that spot, although actually TLR are as well. So, but it's Ascent that are here tonight, and we're watching them as we go live Admirable with our third map, CP Process. Who's gonna win? What's your prediction? What's the scoreline?
nerdRage gonna win the hearts and minds of the American public here. They're gonna bring it to a really close game, but it's gonna be Ascent. Bedomski gets slammed into the ground there by Zebbosai with the fast roll out there. Demo man down right now for Ascent here on their home turf. And Bull is just juking around, dodges the rockets there from Rando. The protection from the scouts is good. The French medic survives. Meanwhile, the Fragile is well out there. They're setting up position around the battlements to defend CP2 here. It's not like Granary. They can actually put up a decent defense here. They're in position. And, they're not going to be able to make it out of that rollout door. The bodies weren't back on the field in time, and it is going to be the last hold coming out. I'm getting flashbacks of the i52 grand final here. Hopefully
I'm still smiling
Europe
from that ridiculous rollout from Zebbosai and just juggled Bedonsky right up and finished him off so easily. I was not expecting the first mid to go. Oh, there's Zebbosai in again, trying to go onto the Fragile, down to 17 health, but can't finish off the frag. I think Tony the Tiger poking his head in there, wondering if he can get off a little bit of chip damage just to force the Ascent medic to pop, but the Fragile with balls of steel there, holding on to his uber charge, and Zebbosai couldn't get it out of him. Oh, Tony the Tiger there actually went down as well. I didn't even see what to, but here we go. The Uber Charge is going to come out, and Flippy's gone for a back cap. I think they saw him actually, but Bedonsky and Shrug are going to be going back for him. He's going to try and take the 1v1, but he's drawn everybody back here, and they are going to be able to defend this second point just based off that back cap, I think.
Ooh, Tech doing some damage here on the Rando, who manages to connect the upward rocket.
Oh, Tony the Tiger and Zebbosai both going for the back cap? No, they're not actually. I think they were just trying to draw people back. Sorry to interrupt. I thought they were going for a big pally, but instead just trying to get some frags out. But they've managed to defend Spire here. This is looking really good here for nerdRage.
Tech is trying to finish off Mila, but gets meleeed down there by the escape plan. Flippy will claim that frag. They're looking to continue here. It's 3-on-3, but those spawns will be favouring Ascent. They're going to be up in 2 seconds. There's 5 players on the field. They're already looking to move forward here. Shrugger and Decimate bring in the Fragile forward. They're telling them it's all clear. Starting to move forward onto that point, but there's Rib looking to pump out damage as everyone blobs up around the point. He gets forced back himself. Someone needs to jump here. Zebbosai is looking to create the space. Here he comes. Skipped him in behind. Tech from the front. Zebbosai's managed to get behind enemy lines. He's forced them into multiple fights here. He's gonna kill off Decimate. Tony the Tiger playing sniper is gonna dome the Fragile. Big drop coming out. Meanwhile, Mela fights Flippy around the Spire. Shrugger's going to drop down and try and finish him off, but Flippy just steps into the corner. Shrugger's looking the wrong way, and Flippy pulls the wool over his eyes. There's still action going on in last here, but Rando is... Oh, he was going to be the sheriff there. He did finish off Tech, but Flippy comes in to make it a 4K and caps the point. Huge plays from the Fridge Scout.
Ridiculous stuff here, and the first map going to EU on the NA soil. Boys, is the dream alive? Oh, here we go. The pings here, a bit of a disadvantage for the EU team, but there doesn't seem to be a flying Zebbosai in onto Badonsky, so this mid might be a little bit more even. They've got enough time to set up a defense. It looks like they're going for the right-hand side here, Ascent. Zebbosai on that awning, playing around. Oh, that was a nice shot from Mela onto Rib, actually, and Tony the Tiger goes down as well. This isn't looking great. Oh, Tech getting blasted back so far by that ridiculous, like, Christmas pudding that flies out of that weapon from Badonsky. It's a Christmas pudding launcher. It's silly. Rando's actually going to come out of PC, and if he looks to the right, he's going to find Bull. There we go. He finds the frag. He just kind of waltzed in there from PC. He didn't have a clue where any of the team was and just seemed to look to his right, and he just thought, oh, well, if you're going to gift me the frag, I'll take it, I guess. Flippy here trying to get on the point and battle with Badonsky to block the cap, but there's the double donks. Can we get some Cade donks in chat there for the Badonsky donk? Oh, Tony the Tiger though, actually coming in onto the fragile. They've left the fragile alone. Is he going to be able to get the frag? No, not quite. And Ascent finally pick up the mid.
That was really hectic. Flippy wasn't like a 4K in that middle as well. He's just on fire, but his teammates couldn't provide the support, and now they find themselves on the back foot here after that strong first round. They're going to be the ones defending here, and that's going to cue Flippy to come out on the scope here. And this 20% Uber advantage for the fragile could just be sprayed all over the wall. Flippy can connect the shot. He's got the angle from the left-hand side right now. He's looking towards the steps and lobby, and he hasn't fired a shot yet, so they might be unaware that he is sniping, but it doesn't matter. The combo's already in bottom right, and Bull's going to get his charge just in the nick of time. Here he is, popping off on Tech, take down Mela. The fragile just about makes it in through the door there, but nobody chases down. They're looking for frags on the left and right here, but there are just a host of players there for Ascent in the lobby that could have been killed off, and because they hesitated, Tech goes forward alone and gets gunned down by Shrugger, but perhaps an opportunity missed there. Sure, it's easy to defend this last, but it's tough to push out. You have to try and take those opportunities, and here we see the re-push coming in from Ascent. They're sending Rando in on the left as Shrugger tries to push forward with the heals on the right, but Flippy just stands in his way, the immovable object there, and he's just dancing around, and it seems like nerdRage have held on. Ascent now 2 down. This is the opportunity. Are they going to go for it?
They probably should before Fragile gets his Uber, but Fragile's going to get it very shortly, so I imagine that they're going to know that they have a little bit of an advantage and try and push back in. I want to listen to the Ascent comms to see how they're going to approach this.
Sure. They probably have a sniper, so I wouldn't go too crazy in logs.
Right. Okay, bidding on the scout.
Make sure.
Just suicide.
Chill. No more deaths, please.
Sniper was last one. I'm gonna swan sniper.
Soldier lob. He's still lobby.
Seems like their push there was stunted a little bit by Shrugger taking a big rocket from, was that Zebbosai? And just got destroyed by the stickies on the point. They're actually choosing just to run this sniper v sniper battle here instead, Admirable.
Who's your money on? It's the ping has to favour Shrugger here ever so slightly. Flippy actually down from 200 to about 120 here. Is the ping good? I don't even understand how sniping works, Sideshow.
Now sniping seems to be decent on high ping for some reason, and Flippy gets it off there. I mean, it's not so good for these little bits where it really is all about reaction times and who can click first, but he manages to make it work there. Switches back off to Scout as well, but Mela's got a return frag. That makes it 5v5, and it looks like Rando and Fragile want to prod in here. Let's have a listen to the Ascent comms for this Uber.
Back after night a little bit. They pop too. We're gonna stay in on this. We're gonna stay in on this.
Oh, okay.
Coming back in lobby. I'm in front of you.
We have good heals.
20 point.
God, this, he's so hurt. Soldier's so hurt left.
Yo, their jumbo's rape. I'm down. 4v4. 3v4.
It's got 660.
Nice.
Combo.
Just combo, yeah.
Sit.
Get on point. He's so hurt. Oh my god. Med's 115. I can't believe that soldier lived.
Oh my god, what a ridiculous play! It's just the combo, man! It's just the combo! Get rigged, North America!
That was a play and a half there by Tech. And Bool as well, actually, running on the point to block it. The last second, Tech couldn't actually get on the point in time. Bool needed to do that there. I don't know how Ascent managed to... Well, to be fair to them, they didn't have very good heals at the end there. It was a 3v2, but Tech and Bool were really healthy and the Ascent team weren't. So it was... a beef was on the cards. And Mailer's actually running Pyro. He's instantly going to get taken down. I don't know why they try and run this stuff. Honestly, every time I see the Ascent team, or was it 20B before that used to run it as well with Grape, it blows my mind why they try it, but they've managed to get the frag on Rip here, and a backcap happening as well. It's a double backcap. They're gonna have to go back for it. It's Sugar and Rando times in that by 3, the cap time there, and they're gonna be able to get the backcap all the way here. The nerdRage team just didn't turn around in time, and they're gonna be able to pick that round up really quickly. Oh no! What? That point was so close to being capped. How did that not cap? That's so unlucky there by Rando and Sugar in the nick of time. The nerdRage flock back.
Decimate could have had it. He ran in there from the upper PC area. If he'd taken a right, he could have just run straight onto the point, but he tried to go left and look for a frag. And the recap is in there on second. Ascent sort of caught on the low ground here. If the aggression comes in quickly from nerdRage, they could make something happen, but they don't like taking this fight on middle because the spawns don't favour them. They're going to sit with all their heavies. They've got no scouts either. That's always painful. So they're going to control the high ground here. We've got Rib setting up a sticky trap. Tech trying to build that charge, but they do have advantage here. I'm not sure if they realise that, but they could have been pushing. They could have tried to continue, but now they're coming in. The fragile is surely going to get his charge, and he's well positioned to escape this. It's going to require some huge plays. Mila, the rumour threat, has been spotted out early, and he's just walking forward, trying to gain territory for free. Tech's pretty weak here. The charge is going to have to be popped soon, but it's actually Ascent who popped first. Rando tries to go in and take it, but Tony the Tiger going down there is the important thing. The man advantage has swung in favour of Ascent. Flippy's going to down him as well. No scouts up right now. Huge plays coming out from Shrugger killing off Tony, and then Rando onto Flippy, and it still favours Ascent here. Only Bull remains alive. Is he going to hit that suicide key? He's running back here. He's jiggling them, he's making them look silly, he's buying time, but he's just set up a trap for Tony. He runs straight through the roller door into the stickies, and that's 2 down right now. No medic for a long time.
Yeah, the biggest problem there was Tony the Tiger running in through sewers and just he tried to take a 3v1 for some odd reason and just got absolutely destroyed. Like, he wasn't playing with Zebbosai, and so Zebbosai couldn't take some of the focus from him, and so I think he was trying to make room maybe for the Uber to go forwards, but he just got destroyed by it. And then Flippy got hit by a nice rocket as they tried to go on to Mailer. So Mailer there and the rest of the flank winning that for their team, taking down both of the scouts, Tony the Tiger and Flippy, and now they got to hold last again. 20 minutes on the point. They've had some close calls already, 2 incredibly close calls actually this round, but nerdRage have managed to hold on to their 1-0 advantage for the last 10 minutes. Can they hold on again with a 50% disadvantage?
I want to say yes, absolutely. It's an early Uber coming in though. They're going to respect that. Sniper Rando launches Tony up in the air but can't connect the air shot, and he gets stunned in the air himself. The Uber is faded. Rando surely going to go down here, but Badonsky's walking in. He's got the double dunk range there. He's trying to protect Decimate. He's going for the cap. Badonsky's got the ball out. It's he and Mila versus only Bull now, and that was a solid effort coming out from Demoman and Romer just to seal the deal there, but the Uber itself didn't look too positive, but somehow they managed to force it home there, man. They made it work.
Yeah, that was a bit of a DM fail there from nerdRage. Probably blame that on the pings, possibly.
The pings,
I'm not sure.
the pings.
Badonsky and Mailer coming out on top though right at the end, and we are going into our third mid-fight. Oh, there's a headshot ringing out. I didn't even realise that Flippy was running sniper there. They've got Zebbosai and Tony the Tiger on scouts. Rando's going to bomb in. He's going to try and get onto Flippy, but he got launched so far behind. Flippy hits another headshot onto Decimate. Only Badonsky really in a position to try and get damage out. Oh, Flippy hitting another headshot onto Badonsky. Mailer with the return frag, but it's only Mailer and the Fragile in here. They really need to chase down these frags and try and secure it. Oh, Zebbosai giving his life away when I feel like he probably could have got it there without... If he'd put himself in a bit of a safer position, he was getting the frag on Mailer no matter what happened. So, unfortunate there to trade.
Ran for the Fragile, man. He should have ignored him. Just gone for a medic pick, but Fragile survives with Mailer laying his life down there, and it is going to be Uber versus Uber. Mail has decided to respawn as Soldier. He's got a lot of off classes in his arsenal, but it is going to be straight up cookie cutter lineups here. Whose comms you want to hear for this stalemate Sideshow?
I want to hear the nerdRage comms.
nerdRage.
I'm at
nerd
100! Oh my god, they can't hit me! Medics are
Scout
like
PC
on
and
lost.
weak. Oh, Scout so
Oh, get
weak
out,
PC.
get out, get out. We lost 2.
46 Solar and Scout PC.
All back.
If they overcommit, we can maybe push Mono on tech.
Slide
Nice.
it down.
Nice, that's a good pick.
Then we jump us left.
Try the mono tech here.
Let's go on them.
T'es trop long.
Double
They
kill them all.
T'as
Them
juste- t'as juste-
Solly's so aggressive with you.
Chasing
You kill the
Tricky,
soldier
yeah.
behind.
I spawn in one.
They flash him.
I'm in our service.
Come
Getting-
I spawn.
Search con red.
I can jump in.
I'm coming in from service
Ah,
now.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm
I'm
in
in.
PC.
Double
I'm
kill.
Poison.
I'm down.
We're
I'm
tagged.
going now.
Demo is
Demo so
on weak.
Demo down. Let's go, guys.
Run. Choke.
Early weak.
So
Scout,
weak, so weak.
Laying down.
Yeah, just play
Nice.
together.
Nice.
The Scout is
There
110.
it is.
110 Scout.
Stack on the tech.
You can
stun.
fall back.
Jump.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on the roof, it's fine.
Scoot
Nice,
weak.
okay.
Scout on right side.
Tony's
Nice.
focusing
Solar.
Turn down high.
He's above. He's alone as well.
Sick.
Nice. 2 spawn.
What a nice play there from nerdRage, just really playing together, like dodging the Uber from Rando, Tony calling out that they needed to focus him, but Tech just jumps back into spawn. They kind of bait the aggression out and then get the pick on Fragile. I was really impressed with that play actually, and now they have a full Uber advantage. Tech going in too aggressive there in the stickies on the point actually, but they don't manage to pick up anybody. I feel like they need to be going forwards with this Uber charge and trying not to bleed the players, but they're just going to pick up the point without even needing to use it. So it is another fairly nice push there by nerdRage, and they have the advantage to push into last. Admirable.
Yeah, they are ready to go, and it looks like they just want to send everyone through the eye of the needle here. Coming in from rollout, the Uber is popped, flashes being given to Zebbosai and Tony, but a great job coming out from Ascent. They've just kited the Uber, now they're in position to block Badonsky in a safe spot here to just spam that point. He's got the loose cannon as well, but no, they've taken their eye off Zebbosai. He's dropping down, he steps off the point. nerdRage are looking for frags here, but they probably could have just straight up tapped. Bull is
Tech's
still
coming in
there,
though,
he's
Tech's
still
coming in
healing.
and he's
Tech as
super
well.
healthy, he's going to be
They're
able to
gonna
get
do it.
this. Oh no, he's actually failing with his shotgun. No, he manages to pop it off there and it gets the frag on the Decimate 2 on the scoreline. I don't think anyone would have predicted this, but nerdRage are playing so well on process here.
Sideshow, something we forgot to mention is that this game is open for betting on Saloon.tf. I know it's too
absolutely
late
is.
now, but you're getting some value for your money. You're getting a sweat on right now. I don't know who's going to win, man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the clever money should have been on Ascent, but as it, it looks like really nerdRage coming to undermine all of the predictions here. They're doing really well on the New York server. Zebbosai on top trying to get damage out onto Trigger, but this looks like a mid that's going to go firmly the way of Ascent. A body shot there onto Mela is going to take him down. It's 5v5, and Rando and Sugar trying to pressure. Let's see how they choose to tighten the noose. They're actually backing off. They choose not to push that one forwards. Bull's got a bit of an Uber advantage, which I think is just due to the fact that Ascent didn't actually take too much damage during that mid. But they're just going to hold the choke point and get ready. Possibly going to push in, or they might just wait for the pick from Flippy, their wonder sniper, who's been playing incredibly tonight.
Yeah, nerdRage can choose to change up the pace of the game here. They are in the driving seat with this 2-1 lead at the minute. It's always tricky to push mid, especially Uber versus Uber, so with Flippy here, it's just another weapon in the arsenal. They're going to start moving him up a little bit. He's looking for that angle on choke. He's turning his attention back to PC though. I think it's been called that the combo's coming there. There's an Uber trade going on up top. Tony the Tiger is not going to get the flash. He and Zebbosai take the fight with Rando, but Rando kills off Tony now. It is Zebo trying to follow up on the damage of Ted here at PC. Ribs walked in and got gunned down by Shrugger, and these engagements that nerdRage were taking, they were constantly outnumbered there. Like, they kept sending players sort of into the meat grinder there of Badonsky while Rando went behind. It was a questionable decision and they've been punished hard here. Ascent just producing the goods right now.
Absolutely. I was just having a little giggle at the fact that Flippy took a 1v1 against Mela, who wasn't really looking his way, headshot him, and then when Mela was trying to jump away, just gave him the cheeky body shot. just to take him down. But now they're in that position where they have to hold last again, and Ascent are going to want to make this work, but there we go. They drop their roaming soldier, and are they going to wait for this, or are they just choosing to push in 5v5? I think it would be good to push here and use their Uber advantage, but Going against that heavy is going to be so difficult. Again, Flippy dropping down. Oh, they need to go on to the point though. The cap time coming in so well here. But nerdRage getting all the frags. If they just played the point with more than one player, that was possibly their only chance of victory. And maybe that was a bad choice to push with the Uber advantage. But with a player down, I'm not sure. I think I would have taken that as well. But it didn't work out for them at all.
Yeah, Shrugger sort of ran onto the point there, tried to cap it, got a lot of time on, but maybe if they tried to, you know, get the frags first and do something about that man disadvantage, it would have worked out better for them. Flippy gonna die there early into this engagement, but Zebbosai onto Mela. The flank is being opened up here by Tony and Zebo doing work in PC. Shrugger goes down, joins Mela in that spawn queue, and now we see Tech just walking through here. He's checking all around him. He's looking for the threat. Rib is also with Bull here, and we're going to see Ascent just concede middle. They're backing out here. They're going to try and regroup.
But I think this is too passive by nerdRage. They know that they have an Uber advantage. They know that they have 2 down, and they're waiting for the forward spawners to come in before they actually go aggressive. And now they just have to push with the Uber advantage and no player advantage. I think they really should have tried to take that forwards. Melee's going to run into Zebbosai there, but Shrugger's going to back him up. They actually managed to get the frag onto Zebbosai, and that's going to help them out quite a lot. Shrugger trying to go aggressive again, and the counter Uber is going to come out of Rando. This is looking great here for Ascent. They managed to bait nerdRage completely in there. Their Uber utterly ineffective, and now they're trying to tighten the noose. Is Bull going to get stuck in? I can't imagine how he's going to escape. He does get taken down here, and it's just a matter of can they pick up the fragile. Yeah, just as I say that, Zebbosai comes in and equalizes that heal and Uber situation. So not quite a car crash, but it wasn't a good push there from nerdRage.
Decimate with a 4K cleanup there on that middle engagement, but Ascent, they're in the ascendancy. They're moving forward. They're trying to get this cap for free. I think they might be able to if they just pre-fire Tech there, spam that rollout. He's going to be able to jump forward. He still has decent health when he makes it on here. Flippy stepping out from the forward spawn as well has discouraged Ascent from continuing here. They're trying to get a foothold in this game, but the brakes have been slammed on momentarily. The fragile taking a lot of damage there, but Flippy's going to go for overkill with the big headshot. And Medic down right now, so Bull knows the score here. He just needs to back out. He just needs to survive these incoming bombs, but he's going to be on the ramp as the rockets come in. He gets launched forward, and Rando and Mela combined to get that medic pick. But how many frags, how many lives will be laid down? Look at Destiny though, still doing work behind. He's going to stun Tony in the air, and that Tiger has been slain. Decimate now coming in from behind. The calls are surely coming in. These Frenchies, man. No, it's Zebbosai and Rib, in fact. These Swedes, man, they can't... something lost in translation there, Sideshow. They eventually react, but Decimate gets a pick on the Rib anyway.
Yeah, that's really poor play by nerdRage, but there we go. Flippy again just hitting the shot onto the fragile. He does give his life for it, just playing too aggressively there in that choke point with only 10 health, but he picks up the medic, and there's the heal advantage. nerdRage surely going to come back in here and try and take the fight. Oh, they're onto Mela as well. Rando's in behind them. Rando with a great flank onto Bull. Great stuff. I think he went all the way through PC.
Yeah,
I wasn't following him,
huge.
but that was a great play there from the pocket of Ascent. He's an incredible soldier, and he's roaming to get those med picks when his team needs them as well. But Donsky on 9 HP. But this is actually looking like Ascent might get the upper hand at the end of this, just due to that late spawn by Bull.
Things kind of stabilising a little bit here. Ascent are trying to stay in fact. They're not getting much cap time. The longer this fight continues, the sooner those spawns are going to be coming in for nerdRage. They are back on the field here. They've got 4 and they're just getting buffs around the chug, but they realise with Zebo and Flippy down, probably unwise to continue to push here. They're starting to retreat a little bit. They know they're at a big Uber disadvantage, but they're probably aware that Fragile doesn't have it yet. We're going to see Mela and Badonsky bombing round there, just coming in high and avoiding the damage, and they managed to catch Bull out. He went lower right, tried to get through that roller door, but his exit was cut off by some nice rockets there from Mela. Medic down. This is really scrappy coming out from nerdRage right now. They're starting to doubt themselves. Their 2-1 lead, it may soon be equal. The Uber's coming in here. Rib's doing his best to put damage onto the point. Flippy trying to find a headshot from spawn. Changes class to scout and tries to come out there to block it, but it's going to be 2-2 here, Sideshow.
Yeah, they've managed to equalise that advantage that the Europeans have held onto here for 23 minutes. But I'm going to listen to Ascent's team comms on mid and see how they're approaching this. They want the win.
Sure.
It's
Just
always
go right.
in. I'll be right with you. Cerberus
Sniper choke.
choke still. If you guys want to jump, I can push point.
You jump Wyatt if you can. I'm
They're
jumping
back
low.
faster.
Jump.
Like,
You get out. Get out.
we have to jump sooner than that.
Yeah.
I'm dead, by the way.
So depressed every time we switch to them. I don't know whether we're picking bad times when they lose fights or whether they're always like that, but the team comm is so unenergetic and really not giving much information to each other, but there we go. They just getting sniped left, right and centre, I think, by Flippy, and that kind of stuff takes its toll when it's really difficult to counter a good sniper like that. Bull's going to have an uber advantage going to last, but they need to be quick with it, Admirable. Or where should they be pushing from in order to maximise this? They've only really got 10 seconds, actually. Tony's already in. That's a really silly play to lose a player when you're going to be pushing in anyway with an advantage. The Fragile on 90%. They get the frag on Badonsky, but I don't think they're going to be able to get this before the Fragile... They just run on the point there, 3-2 the scoreline. Admirable, what happened? Oh, Admirable's actually gone. I didn't even realise. I've been talking to the guy and he's not in Mumble, but that could be the reason why my Irish co-caster isn't replying. The fact that he's just disappeared, probably restarted his PC or had a crash or something, but no fear at all. I will carry on as solo from now. It's Rib and Badonsky battling on the mid-fight, about 150 HP for each. They're still running Flippy on that sniper. We'll see how Ascent choose to tackle it. They said they needed to bomb earlier last time, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting onto Rib, misses the air shot there, Mailer, but Rando's going to come in for a bit of a follow-up. Rib goes down, and it looks like they're not giving them any room, but Flippy gets the pick on Shrugger anyway, and just it completely turns the tide of it. It's just ridiculous. The guy is carrying... he's not carrying his team, but he's setting them up for so many opportunities that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And thank you for returning to me, Admirable. How are you doing? If you didn't realise... nerdRage again picked up another mid-fight with 5 minutes left remaining. They're 3-2 in the lead.
It's not just me that's ill right now, man. My computer is throwing up a blue screen of death right there. They tried to take me out, but I'm back in the game. And I can say that it's... Oh, 3-2 right now, nerdRage got around?
They got around. It was crazy, honestly, Admirable, crazy. And then they won the mid-fight. Just, they're getting smacked by Flippy. It looks like this last push, actually, is going to be a disaster coming out of them. I don't know whether they're going to be able to hold on to their 3-2 lead. The Ascent are going to be pressuring them so hard here. They want to equalize this and take another round. So, nerdRage are going to have to be put on the back foot here. They're going to have to try and defend. But Badonsky going so far aggressive. He was trying to get into Suicide. Close that off. He knows that Flippy's going to be trying to go there and nicely locks off that area. Great area control from Badonsky. And they've got a 90% Uber charge advantage to try and push in with here. Can Flippy come up with more magic?
Oh, Mela jumping in there to try and push Flippy back into the sewers. Flippy survives. Center 2 players down. They have Uber here. They're very committed as well. The Fragiles forced to pop, in fact, as a Sticky takes his health away. A Scout goes to follow up. It's not a great Uber here, but I think Mela's trying to make the best of a bad situation. He's going to force Rib to kill himself, in fact. Flippy is still popping off shots there, but he's not really doing anything for his team right now. Only he and Tech on the field at the minute. And Tech knows he can't do much here against these fully buffed North Americans. He's going to look for an opportunity. He's trying to take a fight with Shrugger there at PC, but Mela's jumping in from behind. Mela's actually going to go for Flippy here and pressure back the sniper. But Tech is still committed there. He's coming in from PC now, they're looking the wrong way. Tech jumps forward, but Shrugger reacts just in the nick of time. He's going to just pluck him out of the air there and keep his medic safe. But the Fragile still has another 30% charge to get. They might just go anyway with Tech down. That's a lot of spam damage missing here. Sin already poking and prodding from the lobby there, looking for an opening. Flippy's decided to play heavy this time, not favouring the sniper anymore.
Yeah, he's just running that because they know that the Fragile's going to pop his Ubercharge in comes the Ubercharge, and they're going to try and pressure him down, but then really not getting much damage onto him whatsoever here. Flippy is going to be able to stay alive, and they get the frags on Decimate and Rando. Ascent have been so poor at pushing last right now, and it looks like another failed push again. They're so weak, and with Mela stood up top, it doesn't look good for them again. Mela, the only player really left alive, and he's in that panic room, goes down. Ascent's last pushes have been so poor. I mean, I don't think you can even really give it to nerdRage like as a good defense. I think it's just Ascent just messing it up every time. And if they were able to like convert these last pushes, I think they'd actually be in the lead right now by maybe 2 rounds. And this is really, really causing them problems.
Guys, despite Ascent being terrible and losing to a filthy EU team on an NA server, you should still donate so that they can head over to i55. Go to i55.tf, check out their Indiegogo page. Oh my god! Mela in doing work there is gonna kill off Red Bull going down as well. Absolute carnage there. Only Flippy remains alive, and Ascent might be able to tie this up. There's 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. They've got serious momentum here. They've got a huge Uber advantage. They're going to be able to just walk in here. There's only 2 players up for the next few seconds.
The spawns are actually going to come in. The spawns are going to come in if they try and commit to this without the Uber charge, so they shouldn't do that. Yeah, Ascent realise that the spawns are coming in and they can't take that fight 4v6 even with the Uber charge, so they're actually just going to back that off and wait for the Uber. So they need Flippy up on Heavy again here. Heavy, Flippy has been the key to them holding these points in my opinion, unless Flippy hits something ridiculous with his sniper here, which is equally as likely. It looks like they're going to come in through that shutter door and get onto Bull. Bull trying to surf it away. That air shot's so close to being hit, but Shrugger and Decimate coming in with the frags. This is looking bad here for nerdRage. Ascent gonna play the point now, trying to get damage on, but Rib's doing a lot of work trying to pressure them off here. Only Flippy remains alive though, and there we go, tied it up. 55 seconds remaining. I don't think a round is possible here, and that is ridiculous from Ascent to manage to bring that back in the dying seconds there. 3-3 going to be the final scoreline, barring some
final
kind of
scoreline?
Ridiculous.
Need a golden cap, man. A golden cap.
Yeah. Golden cap, absolutely. Yeah, we do actually, don't we? Yeah, we don't have any draws. This is a best of 3.
Rib on 1 health. He almost survives it, but Mela does have time to reload a rocket and kills off nerdRage's demo man. They know that this is essentially dead time here. They're just looking to pad their stats for the logs, but it is our blue team, the EU nerdRage, finding the frags, making themselves look good. Tony the Tiger trying to rush in there. He's hungry for frags, but stay with us, guys. We will definitely be going to a golden cap.
Yeah,
don't listen
absolutely.
to Sideshow.
No. Silly idea to leave it at 3-3. We should definitely press for a winner here and go to a golden cap, because it's just been a ridiculous map so far. That has been backwards and forwards, and nerdRage actually managed to pick up that last mid as well. So yeah, I'll go hop into the team's mumble, let them know what's required for a golden cap, and I will set it up. Just give me 1 moment, Admirable. You entertain the crowd and tell them how they can donate to get matches like this happening on LAN.
Yeah, check out the logs as well, guys. Might have much time between now and the golden cap, but Tech King of the air shots, 10 air shots, followed by Mela on 8, Rando on 5, Zebo also on 5, but Shrugger stepping up this time. He's top fragging, 39 frags, 295 DPM. But looking at the efficiency rate in here, kills and assists per death, it's Tech and Flippy representing France doing work here. They've got about 66 frags between them and only about 30 deaths. Well played by those guys. I'm looking at the mid stats as well, and it was actually nerdRage again coming up with those superior mid stats. We saw it in Granary when they went 9-0 in mids, but this time they managed to win 5 of the 7 mids. Well, maybe the last one didn't count there, it was dead time, but they seem to be outstratting. Ascent on Kaya has clearly been tutoring him with his chalkboard, drawing circles, triangles, squares, arrows, all sorts of things, man. This is the sort of the level you can expect from Europe. If you want to come and challenge us at i55, you better bring your game sense. It's not just about the DM, but we've got that too. We've got it in spades. Look at Tech, man. 10 air shots.
Yeah, ridiculous play from him. It's just so good. Like, Tech was coming in and he plays that kind of pocket style where he comes in after the fight and he's still got full heals or he's still got a buff, and he just does that cleanup strat. So he gets like a ton of kills at the end of it. He's got 34 for 16. He always gets really good stats because that's the kind of role that he plays within his team. It doesn't make much room, but it's a different kind of role that he's always played, and he's so good at it. And it worked out perfectly for them there. I mean, he wasn't even crippled by the bad ping particularly. 34 for 16 is ridiculously good. Even that would be a good game for him even on a normal ping. So
and,
great stuff.
This time at LAN, Tech won't have that millstone mic around his neck to drag him down. They're actually going to let Tech play pocket, not that Welsh dribbler Although I hear rumors, Sideshow whispers on the wind that Mike is trying to put a team together for LAN.
Do you know what? I
can you
have
reveal anything?
actually some ridiculously juicy gossip about that I just got given, but I think it can wait until after the Golden Cap when we're going to have a little bit of a round table with these two teams, three players or thereabouts from each team, and we'll discuss i55, I think, and have a little chat and see what's going on. But yeah, some ridiculously juicy gossip about that. It's actually... yeah, it's nothing to get too hyped about, but it's gossip nonetheless.
Right now, though, Ascent's LAN dreams hang in the balance. If they can't win this Golden Cap and win this show match, no one's going to donate to them, Sideshow. No one's going to want to see a North American team go over there and lose to nerdRage.
Absolutely, nobody's going to want
I put it all on the line, man. I put it all on the line here, Ascent. I hope you're listening. This is it. This is your LAN states just hanging in the balance right now. If you cannot win this Golden Cap, you do not deserve to go to LAN. Otherwise, everyone from North America is just going to have to dig into the wallets and send them there anyway to prove me wrong. But actually, I think that historically, the NA teams have tended to lose the show matches but win the LAN. So
yeah,
I'm probably just
that's
talking
normally
shit,
how it
Sideshow.
goes. Like, I think NA dropped a map to Somniac actually at i52. I think it was Mix-Up. Was it Mix-Up dropped a map to Somniac last time? Or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, NA dropped a map on their server last time. We had a show match, but then came back to have a phenomenal performance in a LAN scenario, and that's something the American teams are so good at, is the performance on LAN. And I think that's just like a factor of the whole ESEA experience. Unfortunately, there's no LAN this time, so. But even so, all of these players, all of these teams are created with like a LAN in mind. So all of the players are LANable, all of the top players have LAN experience, and it does make a difference. Like, it's a completely different experience to play in that noisy, hot, sweaty environment, having played all day for high stakes with no ping, playing against scouts who can dodge quicker, soldiers who can shoot rockets quicker, demos who can do all of their stuff a lot faster, and it really is a different experience for everybody, and it helps to have that kind of NA experience that they have that the European teams just don't quite have when they only have one LAN every year. So they maybe have a slight different opinion on who's going to win at LAN.
It's a miracle that EU have managed to crush so many American nerd dreams so far in TF2's history. Rest in peace, HRG. Classic mix-up last year. Sorry guys, you didn't quite make it. Even without having all these LANs, this luxury of LANs that the North Americans have. Imagine on even pings and the whole LAN situation evened out this time. North America will not have a LAN to prepare this time. I think GXL is going to be after i55, so maybe that's going to help a little bit. EU going to win. I'm almost certain of it, Sideshow.
Almost certain. There you go. The prophecy has been confirmed. The Golden Cap has gone live in real time, apparently. I'm getting my information from chat here for some reason. So people are paying more attention to what's happening in the server than we are, but I can hear teams readying up as well. So this Golden Cap is going to be going live incredibly shortly. Who is your money on, though, Admirable, to take the Golden Cap?
My money is on Ascent. I've given them a rising team top. Well, more of an ultimatum there. If they don't win this, they're not going to LAN. I think they are going to win, and it's going to be a roll. It's a 1 minute 30 round coming up here. Believe it, Sideshow.
Here we go then. Flippy is going to be running sniper to mid again, but Donsky trying to get damage on the scouts, but really doesn't tag either of them, and actually gets taken down, runs backwards onto a sticky from Rib, so that's a demo man out of the battle. Mail is going to be the next casualty, and there's a snipe onto Rando as well, another one onto Decimate, and they need to chase this frag onto the Fragile if they want to. What was that? That rollout and then jumping off Shrugger's head. They're going to try and chase the Fragile down. He's on 90 health. tonythetiger going in for the frag. He's on 60 health. Ribs bombing him. I think they've committed too many players here, though, to be honest. tonythetiger going down. They're going to get this frag on Rib as well. And they don't even get the pick on the medic. Oh, that's poor play from Rib, and tonythetiger, I think, whiffed a few shots, and they've now given Ascent the opportunity to come back into it.
Flippy's watching. Flippy, he's looking for the Fragile. I think the Fragile sees the dot. He's going to retreat here. They forced out the Uber. That's probably enough. Strugger and the Fragile on last, just waiting to see what happens. They're probably looking for information from their teammates here. Badonsky just about surviving. Now he's going to peek at the roller door again. He is trying to take matters into his own hands. They still want to push here. Zebbosai's running lower. He's going to come in behind. Oh, but Mela turns around just in the nick of time. The call came in. The Fragile survives. He still has this huge Uber advantage. Zebbosai goes down. And with Flippy down as well, that's a significant man advantage to push off. They're going to be able to walk forward without even popping that charge. And there's so much time here before Bull's even going to be anywhere close to getting his Uber charge. They can just take their time to cap the point, walk forward with a little confidence. And no Flippy sniper here. This is looking good for Ascent.
Yeah, Ascent have got the momentum now and they're going to be coming forward. Zebbosai gets the force off very quickly though, and Flippy's actually going for a back cap. He might meet Shrugger, or they might be able to hold this. They're going to have the Uber charge to defend second as well, and there's the back cap. ×2 from Flippy, and nobody going backwards for it from Ascent. This is a poor decision. This is a bad decision from Ascent here, and Flippy is just going to be going straight to left. He's going to have a 1v1. Decimate versus Flippy. Who can take this? The ping advantage really doesn't favour either of these players. Flippy actually won the 1v1, but then got sniped by a sticky from Badonsky. The Fragile and Badonsky, though, the only players left alive as the Uber came in from Bull to crush everybody else, and now they're just trying to roll it all the way to last. Have they committed to this too far? Rib gets taken down. Can they do it? Oh, jumps on the point here, and EU take the golden cap, take the map, and overall then take the show match, the best of 3, even though this was on an NY server. We have to put in the caveat of Decimate and Badonsky playing with bad ping, so it's obviously not going to be quite as one-sided as the EU server, but there we go.
Unpack your suitcases, you're not going to LAN anymore. Hang those so party shirts back up again, man. Hang back those LAN shirts, you know, it's not happening. Dream is dead. Rest in peace, NA. You've put all your eggs in the Froyo basket now. Ascent will officially not be attending LAN. Prove me wrong, North America.
So we really need those donations at i55.tf so that Ascent can prove themselves and prove Admirable wrong. Let's have a look at the fundraiser and just shout out any donators just before we talk to these players. We're going to try and get in 3 from each team and just have a little discussion about i55, talk about the gossip, talk about the playstyles, and get the excuses. I think Admirable. That's the really important thing. All right, let me just jump into their channel so that I can extract 3 of their players. I will be back in a moment.
Head over to i55.tf whilst we wait here for the interviews to get underway. That is where you will find the links to the respective fundraising campaigns, or the Indiegogo pages of Ascend and the team who shall not be named. I see an angry shade in Twitch chat there. Still waiting for my t-shirt, man. No, he refunded me. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, you can send these 2 North American teams over to crush European dreams at i55. That's coming up at the end of August. It's essentially the TF2 World Championships. You know, it's not an official title, but we're claiming it, Valve, until you step up and give us an invitational. And we're going to have the best teams in the world there, hopefully. We're going to have Ascend, 4G, potentially TLR if their fundraiser goes well as well. The newly named nerdRage and Raisin Gaming, the 4th best team in Europe. Sideshow, are you ready to get the interviews underway?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with having a little bit of a discussion. Well, let's introduce the players first of all. Anyway, we're joined by the Fragile, who's the medic from Ascent, and Rando, who's the superstar pocket soldier as well. From the EU side as well, from nerdRage, is going to be TonyThetiger, who I actually managed to call TonyThetiger throughout the entirety of that map, and so don't have to do anything. Zebbosai, who's their other scout / soldier / whatever they decide to put him on, and Bull, the medic. Let's throw it over to Fragile and Rando for starters. You guys are coming over to i55 and you've got your fundraiser and stuff. Are you hyped about that? Where do you think you're gonna come? What's the deal?
Like, I'm not sure. Like, are you asking like how well do you think
Yes,
the
we
fundraiser is
are
gonna do?
hyped.
Yes. Yeah.
How much do you want it, man? How much do you want it? Show us some passion.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're extremely excited, dude, and we cannot wait to go over there and play on zero ping with the best teams in the world. So we are looking forward to playing, and we're definitely aiming at first and nothing less. So that is we have a lot of work to do, but yeah, we're going to be ready.
You're supremely confident in yourselves then. Do you think that kind of those developments in the team are going to come in time for ESEA as well? Is that even a focus for you, or is it all i55 from now on?
It's ESEA, it's the same thing pretty much. You just play the game.
You're just playing the game, trying to beat Froyotech in both of the competitions because the EU teams aren't even a challenge. Is that the implication there?
I don't know, if they run full-time sniper, they'll probably win, but
yeah, let's have a little bit of discussion about the Showmatch then, because Flippy, of course, was running sniper during that and just seemed to be absolutely tearing you guys apart. I mean, Mela was dealing with it a little bit on Viaduct, and it seemed to work out for you fairly well, but on Process, it just seemed like you guys didn't quite have an answer for it. What's the deal with full-time snipers? Is that another gimmick, like Banny pointed out? Can you guys get over it?
I think it is gimmicky. Was that a chosen? Did they choose that map, or was that just like a decided map?
Yeah, that was a chosen map. So Viaduct and Process chosen maps.
So we'll ban those. Ban the sniper maps. We'll play Badlands, some shit like that. We'll play Granary. Be easy.
What do you have to say to that, Tony the Tiger and Zebbosai? You masterminded this sniper strat. Is it going to all fall apart before i55? Have you shown your cards too soon?
Well, we knew we were going to be playing on ping, so we thought, let's get 3 hit scan classes instead of 2. Nothing else to it.
So we're not going to see this wonder strat come out at i55, or are you keeping your cards close to your chest?
Well, we can always do it if we feel we need to. The option is always there.
And so, Rando and the Fragile, do you feel like that's something that's not done very much in NA? Is that going to be a different playstyle? Have you got plans in there to sort it out?
Done in NA.
Yeah, it used to be a thing a really long time ago on certain maps, or just sometimes if someone was really on, but no one does it at all anymore. Not as much as we saw it in that match, and we figured it was more of a thing of just because they have high ping, but. It's not something that's normally done in NA, so a little bit of it had to do with us not being like, we haven't really played against that in a while, but we'll adjust. We'll find answers.
Do you feel like that's because NA lacks sniping talent, or is it just because you guys have a different play style? Do you think you have the counter if you were to just run a sniper? Or do you think Froyotech does? Do you think that's something that's lacking from the NA teams, these top snipers?
I mean, NA does have, good snipers, like Decimate and Clockwork are both really, really good at sniping. But, I mean, as Mela said in Process pregame in our Mumble, a lot of Europe, a ton of Europe have really good snipers. So, like, they're more comfortable with it in a lot of situations than probably NA do. I think NA is just more comfortable in most situations, just running 2 scouts, 2 soldiers.
In light of this, then, are you going to have to bring Alpha back into the team, your superstar sniper?
Hell no.
I don't know. He might be going to i55. I don't know. I heard something like that.
Really?
Who knows?
What is he just?
I don't know. He just likes
go
to
play
travel the world,
CS:GO and turn his nose up at TF2. I don't know.
I think he's going to coach Elevate there, the CS team.
Interesting. So you'll be able to meet up with him then and share some beers and reminisce about the fun times.
Some Coors Light.
That was just a shitty inside joke.
American
he
beer,
just Alpha loves Coors Light more than anything. So
I'll bring you boys a case of my luggage.
Fantastic stuff. So you guys are going to be coming to i55 along with Froyotech as well. How do you think the EU teams stack up? Let's bring it down to some real talk. How do you think the EU teams stack up against the might of Froyotech and the upcoming Ascent?
I'll let you answer that, Matt.
I mean, I asked these boys in the server if they were the best team in Europe, and they didn't respond to me, so I don't even know who's the best team in Europe.
We don't even know who's the best team in Europe. Bull, who's the best team in Europe?
Us, of course.
Alright,
okay, there you go.
Well, it's been decided.
It's been
Thanks for
decided.
settling that one.
Easy
Yeah,
to
you sounded
look
very
at
confident.
Looking at the ELO right now, it's the Last Resort who are top in terms of your practice and your official results there. Tony's Tigers, misnamed here now, nerdRage.tf2, are only second place. So you just lost to the second best EU team.
Ooh, that's bad.
On 2 North American servers, you know, step it up, man. If you see a sniper at LAN, you're just going to hang your heads and say, oh no, we can't win, guys, pack it up. Get an early flight home.
Yeah, I'll just fucking I'll crack open a nice Coors Light, sponsor us, and I'll just fucking drown away my sorrows.
I want you guys to instill some confidence here in your donating public. You know, we're here to raise funds.
We're gonna win. I'm not worried. That's a fucking guarantee.
It's actually a good omen, because as Shade was saying in chat, I think even Fragotech maybe lost their Showmatch last year, and then they came and smashed LAN. So, you know, you're just following their footsteps, you're doing all the right things. This is just part of the process. I still believe that Ascent can do it.
You know, I had big bets. I can't say.
We raised like $400 or $500 tonight. Let me just shout out a couple of the more recent donations. We had TimTom007 whipping out a big hundo, $100. Meadows $5, Gimpy Pleb $8, and Adam Rutledge $7. So we really appreciate all the donations tonight. There's been even more than that, but Rando and the Fragile, I want you to, you know, appeal to the viewing public right now. You know, an emotional appeal, please, for more cash money.
You have more emotion than me next, so you take this.
All right. Look. Okay, so we just lost there, but if you give us $3,000 more, we are going to go to Europe and win, and then take it home for North America, and then we're just gonna I don't know, just hang out here and just retire for life. But really, we really appreciate everyone that's already donated, and you know, we're still a little more than halfway there, but you know, any and all donations are extremely appreciated to make this a real thing. So everyone who donates is super awesome, whether it's to us or Fragotech.
Tell me a little bit about the perks that you're offering the Fragile, like what you're going to give these people in return.
Well, I mean, specifically on the Indiegogo page. Well, look at that. The signed team jersey is currently sold out. Ooh. But I mean, there's a ton of things like demo reviews, team posters, signed team poster. One where I cast a game with Gex. Just stuff like that, and you know, it's there's still a lot to be claimed right now. So
there's still 5 jerseys, and our jerseys are sick.
They are sick.
Yeah, 5 regular jerseys, and there's technically 2 signed jerseys left if you get the collector's edition bundle for $250. So yeah, there's still a handful to be picked up, but it's running out. So.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the chat as well, and people dying for this gossip as well, but not willing to put their money where their mouth is.
Whoa! This just in. Uberchain says if we get $4,000, Sideshow will strip.
Absolutely, I'm willing to do that. But I was looking at something maybe a little closer to the gossip promise from earlier. So I got some juicy news about some rumors about Mike making a team or something Sabat and something, and so I'm wanting to see this fundraiser pushed up a little bit more before I release it. Though it's pretty juicy stuff. I'm not sure that we've had enough donations to really warrant its release yet.
You're holding back this very sensitive information until we get, I don't know, I think like $3,250 would be a nice number. You know, I think that would be aesthetically pleasing. Currently we're at $3,182. We're only talking about the Ascent fundraiser here, you know, because we don't like Fragotech. They beat us all the time. We don't want to see them at LAN. Just send us Ascent, please. So if we get another let me do this, I don't know, $40 or so.
Nah, let's get it to 3,250.
We're selling it cheap, man. Think we're selling it cheap?
Yeah, 3,250 at least. Come on, we gotta get it.
What about 3,333?
3,333. Yeah, if you want to push it that far, Admirable, I don't know how far you can make these people bleed from their wallets, but yeah, certainly. So let's flip it over then and buy us some time to nerdRage. First of all, let's talk about the organization nerdRage, who because is that only today? Tony the Tiger, Zebbosai, hello, Bull.
Sorry, what was the question?
nerdRage, that organization, did you only just get picked up by them today? It was only today that I think I heard about it. So what's the deal with those guys? I've never heard of them, to be honest.
They were giving us fat cash for being called a questionable name.
You're not a fat... You, Tony the Tiger, have got problems with the name nerdRage.
Well, Tony the Tiger is a great name.
He doesn't nerd rage, man. I'm thinking of, the classic Toxic Tony. He doesn't rage, he's just...
he makes everyone else rage. He's... what was the amazing quote? It's something like he's a genuine... Oh, what was it? Stark, you must remember it. It's something like genuine
depression would not recommend.
Genuine depression, that's the one. Genuine depression would not recommend cancerous and toxic.
From MG, Mike. Best soldier in the world.
There you go. So, the nerdRage organization coming into TF2, big props to those guys. And
give us some details, man. Tell us. How did it happen, Stark? Right, Tony the Tiger.
What happened?
The whole deal. How did it? Did they come to you? Did you go to them?
He just added me on the team and said, "Would you like to be?" He didn't know anything about TF2. He said, "Would you like to be part of my organization?" And I explained a few things to him. He seemed like interested. He seemed more interested than when he first added me. And he promised us some shirts and a sum of money, which I probably shouldn't make public. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, we've had a donation, guys. $65 from Anonymous. We love you, Anonymous. We're currently at 3247. We're trying to hit that 3333. We're ruthless here. The information, Sideshow will reveal all. I'm right. You have your price, don't you, Sideshow?
I do, indeed. 3333, that's the number that I need to see.
If we hit $4,000, I'll throw out the juiciest NA drama.
Oh, Lordy.
That no one knows.
There is actual NA drama, and it is worth knowing.
Oh,
You're
wow.
not going to give us like a subject it's about?
It's honestly probably something I shouldn't even say, but if we hit $4,000, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's really something we should not say, but $4,000, I'm sure the parties involved will just have to deal.
And it's just a one-time offer, like you'll only do it right now in the next
10
to 15 minutes. Oh, that's it.
Well, we'll give him the day. If we hit $4,000 by 12 o'clock tonight East, I'll post it on the forums.
Oh, Lordy, that's a promise coming out of Rando. I don't think I can match it with the juiciness, but of course I'm mine for much less price as well. So you can get two for the price of one here if you work it all the way up to 4,000.
Another donation, Anonymous. I don't know if it's the same one, but another $65. So right now we're at 3312. We're looking for more. Oh, more. Sideshow Strip donates $1. Dash donates $5. People are so keen to hear this gossip, man. Now that Rando's dangled that other carrot, man, I think we could be at $4,000 in a matter of minutes. At this rate, I'm drawing a graph and it's off the screen, man.
Off the charts, an exponential growth of donations, just to the point where the entirety of Ascent can just retire and they're good for life.
You're gonna have to, give us a hint. Can you dangle some information there, Rando? Just give them a little taste.
I don't even think you should give them a little taste, dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, and if we say like literally anything about it, it might give some stuff away. So. But it is worth knowing.
What about you, Sideshow? Can you reveal anything? Names apart from Mike and Seb Barton.
It's just to do the whole EU side of things, and I can tell you that Mike, it's involved with Mike, and Mike doesn't even know about it yet. And I got the information firsthand for some reason, because Mike's in Brussels at the moment. He doesn't even know what's going on, so you're getting this information about Mike's team before Mike's even got it. So there you go.
We have
Ding, 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 ding.
3-3-3-3
We've hit it.
exactly.
We've hit it.
Exactly.
Shout out to Joseph Riches, who pushed us over the line with another $15 there. Still 667 to go if you want to hear the real juicy gossip. But Sideshow, unveil.
All right, let's give this a bit of backstory then as well. So Mike was originally not wanting to play at LAN at all, and he didn't want to play Keen over the summer. He didn't want to get involved in the team, and I knew he would. Like, it's so obvious. The guy's super competitive. He really loves the game. He loves playing at these high tempo events, and so I told him it was stupid of him not to get in a team right at the beginning of the season. But either way, he went through the season playing in some high team or whatever, playing Demoman, something like that. And then a few weeks ago was desperately asking all of the teams if they needed a merc for LAN so that he could merc for them, essentially sub for them during i55. He asked Zebbosai, I think, and then he asked the Reason team, and asked TLR as well, but all of them gave him the cold shoulder or strung him along a little bit, and so he decided to make his own team. And so he was looking around for the potential talent. He was trying to rip nerdRage apart, as far as I can tell, trying to poach some players there, maybe poach some players from other places, steal some players from Suave beforehand. And the biggest piece of gossip was the return of Sebastian Barton, the long heralded return. And so he was trying to get Seb to play Demoman, because there really isn't anybody else to play Demoman unless he's...
Oh,
Just got a $300.
let me interrupt you, man. We've had a flurry of donations here. We're currently at 3733. We'll read out the names afterwards. Continue, Sideshow.
So Seb Barton, they were trying to persuade him, and it finally came to a head just now when Seb has messaged me, and I feel like I've overhyped this considerably because it's bad news, boys. Unfortunately, Seb is going to be moving to Turkey. He's moving to Turkey to play professional League of Legends.
Oh,
what? And so he's
bad news gossip. You don't want this.
No. It follows then with some other gossip, but so this is the first part of it. Seb is moving to Turkey to play professional League of Legends. Mike doesn't know this, by the way, so if anyone wants to tell Mike that his potential Demoman is out of the equation for i55, he's playing in a Turkish team in the Turkish LCS, and he's moving there on this Friday. So goodness knows what's going on there. However, the other side of the coin is that Mike was going to possibly play for Reason, right, if Zoob wasn't going to turn up. Zoob and Walters have just said over this past week that essentially they can't turn up to LAN. Like, the dream is possibly dead for Reason. So there's the second piece of gossip. Zoob and Walters are probably going to be dodging, or there's some real trouble getting there, or they need more time to decide, and the whole Reason squad is looking very tenuous for LAN at the moment. However, my speculation is that Cadus really wants to play in a top team for i55. Now, if you've got Mike here, who's suddenly got the news of Numlocked moving over to Turkey, and you've got Cadus over here suddenly figuring out that Walters and Zoob are probably not going to turn up to i55, I'm seeing something happen there. I don't know about you, but my rumor bones are tingling.
Yeah, who could they get for Scout, though? Kyler?
I think they would be going for Kyler and possibly somebody else, but I think Kyler's a definite pen in, but they'd be looking for somebody else to go alongside him. I'm not sure
Bash is
who
on the
it would be.
Reason roster, but I'm not sure if he'd be really interested in coming back.
Your gossip is the worst, Sideshow.
What do you mean my gossip is the worst?
This is all bad news for Europe.
Yeah, very
potentially having
possibly.
another super team or whatever. No, we don't have that.
Numlock's just told me off as well because it's not official until Thursday. I think I've just given some serious League of Legends gossip out as well by accidentally giving out some okay TF2 gossip.
Riot are gonna ban you from Reddit, mate. Oh my god.
Very possibly.
So yeah, that's interesting. Walters, I'm shaking my head. I thought you were going to LAN, buddy. Let let's let that information sink in as I read out the heroes who donated to get us up to the current total of 3783. We need another $217 for Rando and the Fragile to drop some juicy NA gossip. The heroes were Hildreth, $5. Joseph Riches, this is reordered, 15. Curtis the Gamer, $7. I assume that's Truck. RR, $13. Med Red with a big $300 donation here.
Oh wow.
Chris Parker, CWP, is that our boy Warher? Yeah, $75. And now Snowmad with $50. We're so close to hearing this juicy gossip live on air. Sure, it would be great if Rando just posts it on the forums anyway, but if you're feeling reckless with cash right now, there is a legion of fans on Twitch who want to hear this story live on air. Can we make it happen, Sideshow?
We absolutely can. And while we buy some more time for the donations to be rolling in, I actually want to know what our teams that we've got in Mumble's opinions are about Froyotech and like the things that they've been having going on with them. The fact that they've lost Lansky, they won't be attending i55, that they've suddenly lost Servo and stuff. There seems to be some drama surrounding that as well. But
Sound the alarm!
have we done it already?
4270.
Oh my lord, who donated that?
Oh my.
Raven Midvlog, sorry, I'm murdering your name, mate, donated 217. But there was a few other high rollers circling around. Anonymous threw in $250, and another Anonymous put in $20. So just the time lag there, we've gone over the 4,000. We're going to need extra gossip. Sideshow, do you want to continue, or will we just cut straight to the chase here?
Nick, do you want to say it or? Oh.
Yeah. Do Sideshow first.
Continue,
Give us a few
Sideshow.
minutes.
Oh, you want to chat about well, we'll start off with the EU guys then. How do you think you guys are going to be able to compare to Froyotech? If you compare your team to, say, an i52 Epsilon or something like that, the teams that have played against Froyotech before, or against Osomniac, you've got one or two of the members of Osomniac in your roster. How do you think you guys are going to be able to compare against what are pretty undisputedly America's best and the best TF2 team at the moment?
Well, I feel with a bit of practice, we'll be better than an i52 Epsilon at least, just by looking at the players. Because, like, as super teams go, it wasn't really one. It wasn't really a super team. It was kind of, you know, what Banny said. It was a kind of mixed team. It really was. It was a bit of a mismatched team. They did surprisingly well, actually, but threw it away in the end. I feel we could outperform them.
Do you feel like, because a lot of teams I think will kind of look at your team and think that it's just kind of a conglomeration of big names in EU. It's not so much a mixed team since you've been playing together for a full season, but it's kind of the same ilk. You've just tried to strap as many big names together as you possibly can, as Hairpy constantly says, and I'm sure that really annoys you every time he says it. Skill is greater than names. How do you think you would reply to that kind of accusation?
Well, I guess I can't really reply until we play them on Thursday. But then I guess we'll see then.
But in terms of Banny's thing about it being a mixed team, do you think that you are less of a mixed team than the i52 Epsilon was?
It's difficult to say, really. I can't really remember how they played. But I remember it was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't, when you played against them, it wasn't at all the same as when you played against the old Epsilon. Like, the old Epsilon, it was, I don't know, it's kind of, the way they played against you made you feel really, really, really small in comparison. Like, they'd all come at you all at once and you just get crushed. Like, it was really humiliating. But the new Epsilon played completely different TF2, really slow, and it felt a bit disjointed.
And then Ascent, how do you feel like your playstyle, your team comes up against Froyotech? Are they going to be your biggest challenge, or is the different EU playstyle going to be a bigger thing for you?
Sniper's going to be our biggest challenge, but I think Froyo will be worse without Lansky, because Lansky did a lot for that team. I think, even though Clockwork always gives that kid shit, he did a lot for them. calling wise and just pushes.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a pretty decent downgrade, the fact that they've had to play without Lansky?
Yeah, it depends on who they get. You know, might have some drama about that, but who knows?
But regardless of who they get, like Froyotech were so comfortable with Lansky that even if they get a soldier that is, objectively a little bit better, it's still going to be a little weird for them just because Lansky's comms were so good and just because they were so used to how Lansky played.
Yeah, definitely. They've been playing with him for so long. Any kind of shift in their team will be a bit of a blow for them, I think. And everybody in EU kind of rubbing their hands when they found out that Froyotech's full roster wasn't going to be attending the LAN. I just want to shout out as well Sidestep and Sebastian Barton, who've just donated to the fundraisers as well. These donations still coming in. Seb's attached a comment as well that says Epsilon forever, and then in brackets also fuck Sideshow. So I think
Man, Red with another $250 as well.
Oh my god, big stuff from Medred. Yeah, I actually missed that because I thought it was the same donation that had just been, but yeah, wow. Medred with another $250 and Anonymous as well with 20, which you might have read out before, but great. Thanks to everybody who's donating to this, and the Ascent guys definitely appreciate it. I appreciate it as well. I want to see these guys come over, and yeah, we're on $4,320 donated so far. Big stuff.
We have confirmed, that we are going to hear the gossip tonight. But, maybe I could just keep talking until we hit 4444. Pay money if you want me to shut the fuck up.
4,500.
So this Ascent roster or Elevate, do you feel like it's the best iteration of your team so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Now that you've got rid of Alpha, you're just like...
Alpha wasn't bad, but Sugar is probably fucking the best scout. Besides Clock, I think. Sugar's sick.
I could get behind that. I know there is the shrug that come off your shoulder meme that is just going from strength to strength. I feel like that should be somehow incorporated into the perks,
It's really weird, man. It's like
shrugging
really
lessons at LAN.
I don't even know how it started. It came from me, and I don't even know how it started. I think I just said it randomly one night from that tag video, and every time I said it that night, he seriously 1v2'd every single time. There was one time where he 1v3'd and he only killed 2, but I was just saying it just to be dumb, and it kept working, and it was so dumb. I mean, he very well could have just done it without me saying it, but I like to think that it motivated him. So.
Yeah, absolutely. He was playing so well tonight. I was really impressed actually with the fact that he wasn't giving the EU team any respect. He was getting in there and just hitting ridiculous shots, and there was a 6k that he would have got had Mela not stolen the last frag, and there was some points on Viaduct where he was just getting a ridiculous kill streaks as well. He was playing really well.
We're getting spammed in Mumble right now by a GIF from oh wow, it's me shrugging, wiping something off my shoulders, Who knows?
Repeatedly. It's almost as if it's like a sticky substance that won't quite remove. You're trying to brush it off again and again, but it just won't leave.
All I'm doing is smearing it into my lovely suit jacket. Get the black light out. This is disgusting. We're still trying to drag the arse out of this gossip. We gotta make it pay. Refreshing the fundraiser page here, Sideshow, but disappointingly it stays at 4,320. I mean, by my calculations, we need $124 to get the magical number of 4444. The gossip is coming, trust me, but just humor me here. There's James Dale is throwing out another $10 here. The donations do continue to roll in. How long
I will humor just for a sec. I'm not going to say too much just yet, but it deals with Froyotech, and it deals with i55.
Oh,
can we have
that's interesting.
A cliffhanger, where you tell us the background to the story, and then we don't tell them the actual, the punchline or the juicy gossip. How much information can you give away without giving the whole thing away, Nick?
They might have a different player than they said they were like 2 weeks ago. Someone might have backed
We got
out.
the name.
Oh,
We have a few.
interesting.
But yeah.
Do you
So this
think
is
this sort of inter-team espionage, this intelligence gathering? Do you have your scouts out, checking out the Froyo training schedule? Is this part of the nefarious North American TF2 scene? Where did you get this information? Can you declare your source?
Nah.
He's going to remain tight-lipped. How much money do you need to sell out your deep throat source? Maybe $6,000? Can we do that tonight?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Like $6,000 in like the next 30 seconds. I think it's
Another donation coming in there from James Deal, $10, 10 from Anonymous as well. Mika Morgan, 108 donates $7. The total continues to climb. It's currently at 433.
No, it's not. Refresh
4-7.
it. Refresh it, Admirable. Another donation from Medred, another $100 brings
I'm gonna
that
bleed
total
you dry,
up to
Medred.
4447. So I think the time is nigh. Surely we can't drag this out any longer, as much as we'd like to.
Yeah. All
The
right.
people need the gossip.
Give us a good backstory, man. Don't just blurt it out. Build it up. Build up the hype. We need a riot on Twitch chat.
So, okay. They've been playing with Servo on and off. I'm not really sure if it's because Servo couldn't be on certain nights or something like that, or whatever. But
I heard he went to a concert.
I don't know that he at least from what we could tell, he hasn't been on as much as we thought he would be, and not even just us, like just everyone in general. And then I was told, because Froyo have been streaming a lot at pretty much at all hours. A certain player joined their Mumble, and then they all stopped streaming.
Ooh.
This player, from what I was told, for like the 5 seconds that his voice was heard, was Alpha. Now, I don't think Alpha is going to be playing with them. I guess it's a possibility. However, we were told Froyo Tech have been endlessly trying to get Seagull to pocket for them at i55.
Oh, that would be ridiculous.
I also am not very sure if Seagull is going to do it. I don't think he will. I don't know if Servo's totally out of the picture yet. I also heard Milo's name being thrown around in this.
Mm-hmm.
But all I know is that, from what I can tell, there is a question mark on that right now. There is some kind of mix-up. And me saying mix-up has, well, I guess it would be relevant if Seagull is in the picture, right? But
my word.
Do they have to buy his contract out from Carl Yuancheng?
Maybe. But I think there is a question mark going on right there. And this has been going on for a little less than a week.
Oh, let's run us through then what would happen if they picked up one of those soldiers. Which do you think would be the best choice for them? And which do you think is the most likely? What are you most scared of, Fragile?
Unquestionably Seagull, because I think Seagull is the best soldier to ever play the game. Maybe not so much on Pocket, definitely on Roamer. But Seagull has ridiculous game sense, and I'm sorry. Okay, Rando is 1% better. I just want to stroke Rando a little bit, but no, Seagull is incredible. And playing on a team with Seagull before, he knows like all the right plays at all the right times, as well as Banny. So having two ridiculously smart TF2 players on the same team, plus Clockwork, who just runs in and gets a 3K like every single life, that team would be fucking ridiculous. I would only be really scared of Seagull though, because as I mentioned in the previous thing where the i55 the fully charged, I think Servo in his prime would be a better soldier than Lansky, but again, I think Servo might have a tougher time fitting in with Froyo. I think he would still do well, but I think Lansky might be a little bit better in terms of making Froyo play better. Same thing with Milo. I think Milo is also a good soldier, but I think he would have the same problem as Servo, whereas like his performance probably wouldn't be that bad, but it's for the fact that Lansky has good comms and they know how Lansky play. But if Seagull were to play, that would be fucking scary.
I know that Milo has played for around the middle and top of Invite and can play almost any class. Has he got LAN experience? I don't know much about the guy really.
I don't think
No.
so. Has he, Matt?
He's never been to LAN. I don't know, like,
And
he's never been to ESE LAN, but he could have been to, like, a small...
That's the
I don't know.
same for Servo as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How much
So
do you think
there's
that kind of plays into it?
a lot, because I mean, I think most players do fine on their first LAN. I think, you know, you're certainly a lot more prone to not playing as well, but I mean, we've seen players in the past, you know, not do nearly as well on LAN than they do online. So that's kind of a scary thing to go to the biggest international TF2 event in the world, not knowing how well your pocket soldier is going to do. Whereas like Seagull is far and away proven to be, you know, the best in terms of like just having a ridiculous LAN performance. So it's certainly a big question mark if they get, you know, someone that doesn't have good LAN experience.
Do you think that will hurt or possibly be a stumbling block for your team as well, having not been to one of these Big Eye series, compared to most of the EU teams and Froyotech as well, who've all experienced that kind of thing? Is it something that you're worried about, that the size of the event or how it differs from ESEA might upset your game a little?
I don't think so, because is it like an invite group, or is it kind of mixed?
Yeah, it's an invite group, and then you go on to everyone's in the same place. And previously, we had everybody playing in groups together. But for i52, and I think for i55 as well, it's going to be kind of quite a small invite group where everyone plays against each other, and then you're seeded into the knockout rounds.
I think, I don't know, we're fine. It just takes like a game, especially probably going from America to Europe and with the lag, or like the jet lag, and just being not rested. Takes like a game or so to get it off.
I think that's better for us with the invite group, instead of going into just a group stage filled with random teams, because you know, we get to play against pretty much arguably, but then again, at the same time, almost objectively, the top 8 teams that are going, or however many teams are in the group, but we'll just say 8. The top 8 teams that are going to be, you know, at the event. So we all get to play against each other and get a feel for how we play against one another, and see, you know, even when we're not in matches, we can just look at the other teams playing and understand how they're doing things. Whereas, like, if we were just seated against like random people, you know, that we wouldn't really get too much information that way, and we wouldn't get warmed up too well that way, because we would just be, you know, 5-0ing people quickly. So I think this way is most beneficial for teams coming across the pond. So, but yeah, I think we'll do just fine in that regard.
LAN doesn't start on the 30th of August, or whenever it is. It starts right now. What sort of preparation are you guys going to do? Like, how much are you going to keen it up? Demo reviews? Are you going to be studying 4G, trying to figure out how to break them? Where does it start for you guys?
I mean, we're still getting through this season of ESEA because we haven't played all the maps yet, and we still have to get our mid strats down and our holds down in a lot of areas. I would say right now, out of like, I don't know how many maps there are, like 8, we'll just say, or 9. We're only like really comfortable right now on like half of them. The other half, we either haven't played as a team yet, or we still need to refine a lot of things. And I'm confident that we can do all of that. It's just a matter of getting there. But after ESEA, then we're going to start, you know, reviewing European demos, seeing how they play, because there were a lot of small things that they do just in that match alone. I mean, aside from the sniper, aside from the fact that they had high ping and they played around that, some of their tendencies are things that we don't really see in NA. So it's just a matter of getting a feel of how they play. So
who is the taskmaster in your team? Who is the guy that watches his demos or tries to go the extra mile? Is it you?
probably
It's
me, Shrug, and Nick, I think.
Yeah, and Mela as well. We all do it like separately in some way.
And compare notes.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, best case scenario, we would try to do it all at the same time. But, you know, like, some of us have school, some of us have work, so we can't always do it at the same time, especially during the night when we would rather be, you know, trying to play and review something. And if we just get, like, rocked on a map, then instead of playing, or maybe after we're done playing, we'll review a demo. So, yeah.
How much do you think like the mental factor plays into it? Because like for a long time in Europe, we had Epsilon, who were unbeaten, and after a while, like even really good teams just get into this mindset. Maybe they can't admit it, but on some level, they're already beaten before they go into the game. It's like, oh fuck, it's Epsilon, it's 4G. Do you guys do you deal with that? Do you feel that way? Like when you perhaps underperform in the crucial game, do you think they have that mental edge on you, and how do you work about overcoming that?
You can take that one, Matt.
Yeah, I don't ever feel like that really. I mean, I know if we just play how we normally play, and we'll be fine.
That in itself,
but,
though, it's like
yeah.
maybe not that you think you're going to lose, but whenever you're in that game, despite winning all your other games, whenever you're playing against like the bogey team, you suddenly start questioning yourself or playing slightly differently. It's not that you think you're going to lose. It's that you don't do what you normally do. Do you feel like they're ever in your head a little bit?
No. I mean,
never.
You just do what you do, man.
Yeah, like even when some of the things were not working for us on, you know, during some parts of that show match right there, and I mean, it had more to do with like us just seeing a few things, or us just mostly just seeing a few things that we don't typically see in NA. And then like there were just times where we were like, all right, well that's fine. You know, if they do this one thing, then just do how we would normally do it. And if they do this other thing, then, you know, try to adjust and go in on them. So we're not really like mind fucked at any point or anything.
I'm
like
not
that.
even talking about the showmatch. Like that's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the main event here. You know, we're coming to LAN. Everyone wants Froyotech to lose in some level, even the hardest Froyotech fan. Everyone loves to see a fall from grace. Are you guys going to be able to overcome it? Can you become the champions?
Yeah, I was just using the show match as an example, but yeah, we're confident that we can do it. I mean, we're going to put in a lot of time and a lot of work to.
You know what you need? You need a hype man in your Mumble. Every time he went to your Mumble
That's
comms,
always me. That's well,
it was like a graveyard.
Okay, but here's the thing. We can't get nearly as hype when we know we're being recorded, because we say some crazy shit that we'll just say that we are belligerent and just fucking weird. I think that's like the best way to put it. So we have to like try to keep it G-rated whenever we're being recorded. So
I understand. Okay,
Maybe we'll do like an after dark. We'll do like a Ascent after dark, and we'll let you hear everything.
I'm starting to believe, you know, that Ascent can do it. It doesn't matter though, because an EU team's going to win anyway. But you could maybe get second. I could see that happening. Froyotech third. I think Shade is still lurking around in the Twitch chat there. I got a question. You know, we've heard that maybe Seagull would be attending. How much of the potential $6,000 you're going to raise here through Indiegogo would you be prepared to pay Seagull not to go?
No, I mean, even if we were super, if we were like super scared of him or something like that, which again we would prefer. I mean, if we wanted to play against Froyotech, we would prefer them to not have Seagull, because again he has such a big impact. But I mean, I would still want Seagull to go. You know, I want the best that NA can possibly offer. So, but I don't know if Seagull's gonna go. It's a big question mark right now to me.
What do you think, Sideshow, of these Ascent guys? Have they made a good case that they deserve to go to Europe? Are they worthy of your money?
I think so. I've donated to the cause, and I think a lot of other people have as well. We're really hyped to see a different team, one that we've never seen before, come over to Europe and try and take the crown. So I'm pretty hyped about it. I think it's going to be a fantastic event, and I think just before we wrap things up and get a shout out as well, I want to talk to Zebbosai and get his opinion on it. What do you think about the Ascent guys?
The Ascent guys? Well,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sad that they can't beat us, even though we have 100 ping. But you can never take too much out of these show matches, so I don't know.
We're gonna fuck you up with land, dude. It's already done.
Yeah.
Say it to my face.
So do you think you can replicate the performance that lands Zebbosai? Are you confident in your team's ability? Are we going to see your team get ripped asunder by the lures of Mike and Nox?
Well, I've heard that Melee is really bad for this team, but from what I saw, he was pretty good. But their scouts are absolutely awful. But the rest of them, they're like good. But if their scouts can step up their game, then they can have a chance. But their scouts
How can you
can't
say
play
their
like
scouts were bad? Shrugger was playing really well.
that. I didn't notice him at all. I'm sorry.
Oh, Zebbosai with the big smack talk.
But I think the rest of them were good. Like Rando is good.
Well, thanks, man.
Oh,
You're great too.
You're welcome.
What do you think about your team's instability in terms of a roster? Are you guys going to come up with a roster at some point? Like, are you guys going to pick a class to play?
Nah, it doesn't matter for us. We'll win with whatever roster we use.
You don't see the benefits of choosing who should play Roma, or are you just going to keep it fluid and flexible for any game you want?
No, I don't think Stark would have roam again, but I'm still gonna play Scout from time to time with like Flippy Sniper. But I don't think me and Stark are gonna swap roles again. I doubt that.
I don't know if I believe you or not, Zebbosai.
Yeah, I
That
definitely
could just
don't
change
believe you.
tomorrow. If you have a bad game in practice, you'd be like, fuck this, I want to play another class.
But Stark really, really dislikes Roamer. So I don't think I want to put him through that again.
Nobody can listen to an irate Stark. Tony the Tiger, he's so toxic normally, even when he's happy. Imagine him, if he's playing a class he doesn't want to play. I could see that. You didn't get to play, or you somehow managed to wangle at Zebbosai today that you didn't have to play Granary Pro.
Yeah, that was good.
You're going to have to bite the bullet
Yeah,
eventually.
what did you do? You're such a dribble, Zebbosai, honestly. Like,
No, but they had never played it, I think. We've only played it
we've
once.
never seen it.
And the original one is way better. So I thought, let's go there.
It's just objectively worse, Zebbosai. In fact,
Are
you won
you
some.
serious?
You won
Granary
some
Pro.
rounds. You won some rounds just based off the fact that the spawn times are messed up on normal Granary, and you were able to get in before the fragile had even spawned. That happened twice.
We've had this discussion. Let's not have it again.
Oh lordy, let's not have it again.
Because he can't justify his position. He's just like,
No.
I like Granary better.
He just doesn't like change.
I like
We
Granary.
were playing CSGO and he said that the old version of Train was like so much better. And we were like,
Yeah.
why do you prefer it so much? And it was like, because I just don't like change. It's exactly the same. His idea of a good map is just one that was made in 1995 and has never changed since.
Yeah, I like the old maps. I don't want them gone.
Let's play Well and Freight at
No, but
i55.
for like Granary, like the public players will play the normal one. So it's easier to introduce them.
Oh,
if
because
they-
you care about the public players so
Of
much.
course
Oh,
I
my
do.
bleeding heart, Zebbosai. Oh, well, I want to ask you then, Zebbosai, what do you think about Sideshow's leak, the state of reason, Who do you
I
think they
don't-
should pick up?
I don't really believe it. Because like I've talked to Waltz a lot, that he's like talked to me about booking hotels and flights and blah blah, and I haven't heard him say anything else about it. So I don't really believe the Walters part yet until I confirm it. But Suba I didn't think would go, but they could
I
just
think-
like get Mike.
I think what they've said is they need more time to decide, and they'd already said that they would have decided like a week ago, and it's just dragging out and out and out, and they're dodging the question again and again. It doesn't look good, but it's still possible, I guess. Who would you peg in then, Zebbosai? If Reason wanted to go with their roster and they had to replace those two players, let's imagine that they had to replace them. Is there anybody?
Ooh, well, like I don't know. Like Scout, there is no one really. Obviously, for Solid they can just get Mike, but there
What
is
about
no
Samsey?
Scouts.
What about Kyler?
Well, Samsey doesn't want to go, and like sure they could get Kyler, but I feel like he can play, but I feel Walter is better.
What
So
about
it's probably
Nookie?
a downgrade. Yeah, Nookie, but he can't go because his parents are going like vacation during that time,
Oh,
so he
really?
has to take care of his brother.
All of these land dodgers, man.
DavidTheWin messages on Mumble. He says, Cadis confirms, no Walters. So, he's put it in caps locks as well, that really That adds some authority to it. I believe you, David.
Yeah, Skeej said, yeah, I don't believe the Walters part either, and then Bible thump afterwards. Rest in peace.
Well, maybe it's true then. But
Mike on
so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Rumor. Make it happen. Rising,
But
get Rising back.
All of this, like, all of these problems with the European scene just kind of feeds perfectly into the American hands once again. Like, this kind of self-inflicted stuff that Europe seems to do every year, where they create these teams and then they dissolve them, and then there's some players that can't turn up for LAN, because obviously we're not making teams for LAN at the beginning of seasons because there's no ESEA LAN at the end of it, so it all just plays into Ascent and Froyotech's hands. You give them that money to go to LAN, i55.tf, they're going to come, and we're going to get flocked by seagulls.
I don't know, at I-49 and I-52 we had stable rosters. At I-46 Epsilon replaced like at least 2 right before LAN.
I-55, 3 of their players went on holiday for 2 weeks before. Like Bash and Tech, was it? They were on holiday. They couldn't
both
practice.
Tech and Flippy are going on holiday before this
so
LAN too.
dumb! Oh my god, it's just hopeless.
How about you recruit Mike and get those Frenchies out of your team? You can get someone.
Nox and Mike.
There you go, boom. Mike on scout.
Mike on scout rather than me. That's rude. Wow.
No, it's Flippy for Flippy.
For Flippy, but why not now? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna stay this team.
nerdRage forever.
I believe you, Zebbosai. let's wrap it up, Sideshow.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We're not going to get to 4,500. It's only $53 away.
Someone make up some more gossip.
But I'm sure that we'll get there by the end of the night. And as always, all of these donations very, very much appreciated by us and the players on Ascent. We love you all, and we love MedRed. But we also love everybody else as well. Froyotech apparently also just went over 5,000 as well, so thank you very much to everybody who's donating. There is a TLR fundraiser on there as well for Shadowburn to get to LAN as well. We're not going to sweep him under the carpet. That's a very important fundraiser. But yeah, it's all been about Ascent tonight, and I think you've done a fairly good job at boosting their fundraiser up, so thank you very much for donating. Do we have any shout outs just before we leave then? We'll start with Rando. Anyone shouting out?
No.
Rest in peace. Fragile.
Shout out to everyone who's donated today and everyone who's donated.
Yeah, everyone's donated. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, extremely appreciated. And of course, as always, when I'm asked, shout out to just every cat ever. Like, they're really great animals, so.
Absolutely. That's
cat base.
So, Zebbosai, do you have any shout outs before we tie this up?
Shout out to nerdRage and Knutson.
Yeah, big shout out to nerdRage, the new organisation that's come in, promising a lot. Let's see. I'm sure they'll deliver. It's always nice to see new organisations in the scene. It gives me the illusion that we're growing. Admirable. Do you have a shout out,
man? Yeah, I'd like to shout out Onkaya, Bite, and Samsky, who casted the other game, ETFTL game tonight. That VOD will be going up on youtube.com/teamfortress.tv. That was Phoenix versus TLR. No idea what the score was. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But they took a big sacrifice there. They missed this amazing show match to cast that game. There's going to be another game tomorrow as well. Or no, it was Dogs Wonderland tonight. It's TLR Phoenix tomorrow. I stand corrected. But yeah, keep an eye on teamfortress.tv. That's where the schedule will be. And follow us on Twitter. We're really trying to get the Twitter going. Is that right, man? We've got our PR campaign underway. We got Bloodsire writing tweets for us, like Justin M. Danford. You want to read what he has to say at Team Fortress TV. Follow us now, right now.
Yeah, definitely. And a big shout out to the people behind the scenes tonight as well. DavidTheWin, Manor and Dashner organising this and helping out. And shout out to nerdRage and Ascent for providing us with a sick show match and just a taster of things to come. Thanks for joining us on Team Fortress TV tonight, and thanks for all of the donations. We'll be back with another show match at some point. with either Reason or TLR and one of the American teams. I'm not sure quite what's happening with this next show match, but we'll get the information out there. As always, check teamfortress.tv for more info, and as Admirable said, follow us on Twitter. We'll be back with more Premiership and ESEA action and show matches as well before I-55. Thanks for watching and good night.